here on day one of the semifinals in Cedar City, with the 8-player semifinal between the 2nd-seeded Milford Tigers and the 6th-seeded Monticello Buckaroos. Of the 8 games happening today and tomorrow, there is only one team outside the top 4 here, and that is Monticello, as they come in as the 6th seed out of the 8-player classification. And Tyler, it's been a great day of football here in Cedar.
Yeah, it's been exciting watching back and forth in all the games. That last game between Morgan and Manti, man, that was just a hard-nosed, good football game. And to see Manti come out at the end and really in the second half and just come out and dominate to take the win, that was awesome. But it's always good. This time of the year, it's the most exciting time of the year for high school football. You get into the semifinals and the finals. The games are usually pretty all fair and good and matched, and we're expecting another good one here tonight. Yeah, should be one here between Milford and Monticello. Let's look at our news and notes coming into this game. Monticello, the 6th seed, as we said, they went 5-5 so far in the season. They were 4-2 in Utah 8-man games. They are coached by Reed Anderson. The Tigers come in as the number 2 seed, 8-2 overall on the year. They went 4-1 in 8-man games this year, and of course they are coached by Thane Marshall. Last game played for Monticello was a win over Altamont, 43-24. No stats available from that game, but Altamont beat Monticello on homecoming in Monticello earlier this year, so a good road win last week for the Buckaroos. Yeah, Monticello going up there last week, and I feel like both of them two teams are very evenly matched. I really felt they should have been the 3-4 in the RPI, and unfortunately they had to play each other last week and eliminate them in the quarterfinals, but they both do a lot of similar things. Their offenses are very similar, and it's, like I said, it's unfortunate they had to beat each other out last week instead of getting both teams here this week. But Monticello getting the upset as the underdog and really showing Altamont what it is. So. For Milford, they got the win over Utah Military Academy Camp Williams last week, 58-0. In that game for the Tigers, Carson Cheney 5 for 10 for 176 yards and 2 touchdowns. Taylor Blackburn at running back, 6 carries for 52 yards and a score. Boston Sullivan had 3 catches for 117 yards and 2 touchdowns. And defensively, Trendon Thompson, 10 tackles, including 5 tackles for loss, which includes 2 sacks in the game for Thompson. And talking to Coach Marshall, said, they didn't really play real well last week after the 3 weeks off. Yeah, they had to take the break, and unfortunately their last game canceled on them, and 3 weeks off. It's hard to come out and get motivated, but just the winning culture that Milford football has had over the last 10 years or so that Coach Marshall's been there. They showed up a little slow start, but they really got juvenated early and made it happen and got the win. These two teams did play earlier this year on October 9th, and it was a dominant performance for the Tigers. They won at 67-0 over Monticello. And again, no stats from Monticello from that game, but Tyler, your takeaway from that one a month ago? Yeah, Milford come out. It was, the score doesn't say how close it was. Monticello really come out, and they held Milford early and stopped them on first and second downs on the first 3 offensive possessions for Milford, but it turned into touchdowns for Milford on the 3rd down play on big plays, and Milford did have a lot of big plays. On the Monticello side, they had a good scheme offensively. I felt like they found some holes in Milford's defense. They just could not hang on to a pass and was able to, which would have helped them keep drives going and continue on, and probably could have slowed Milford's off down a little bit, but they dropped a lot of balls. And so I'm sure coming into tonight, Coach Anderson is going to have his team prepared and fix those mistakes. And, I think it gives Monticello a chance if they can catch the ball, convert some 2nd and 3rd downs, and, keep their offense on the field and the Tigers' offense off. Looking at that game on the Tiger side, again, no stats available for the Buckaroos, but for Milford, Carson Cheney did throw for 276 yards, 5 touchdowns, did throw 1 interception. Taylor Blackburn, 8 carries for 118 yards and 2 scores. Griffin Walker had 4 catches for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. Then Adrian Tafalo, is that right? Yep. He had 8 tackles with 4 tackles for loss and caused a fumble in the game for the Tigers. These two teams have played 21 times since 1985, and Monticello leads that 14-7, but it was once 14-1. Milford has won the last 6 in the series. Yeah. The last time that Monticello was in 11-man football, I believe, was 2017-ish, 2016, right there when Milford won the back-to-back 1A state championships, and they come to Milford, and Milford just beat them pretty bad in a quarterfinal game, and then Monticello didn't play for a couple years, but Milford has had a pretty good run against Monticello as of recent. And, going back, I don't know if you remember or not, but I remember when I was in school that Monticello had some very dominant teams in the early 2000s. And some
Mike Bowering.
Yeah, Bowering was the coach.
Coaching that team.
Before he moved to San Juan, then to Juab, right? Or did he go from Monticello to Juab?
I think he went straight from Monticello to
Juab. Yeah.
Yeah,
but they had some good, tough teams back there in the early 2000s. So
yes, they did. Their last win against Milford, though, was 2015, last time the Buckaroos beat the Tigers. These two teams do have 3 common opponents. Monticello is 3-1 against them, while Milford is 3-0. They both beat Panguitch handily. Monticello, as we said, is 1-1 against Altamont, while Milford beat Altamont 72-6, and they both beat Water Canyon handily this season. Looking at the stats coming into this game, Monticello is averaging 35 points a game, but they're giving up 37, while Milford is averaging 48 points a game and only giving up a touchdown on the season.
Yeah, Milford's defense has been the staple of this team this year. And, you and I both know we've called a lot of Milford games together and over the past recent years. High-powered offense, Milford. I mean, they're score the ball up and down the field and really put some points on the board. But to me, this year the defense is the MVP of the team, really, because they have really just shut teams down and not allowed any points.
So we're going to get to some of these other stats and some of the leaders on these teams here in a moment, but I want to get to our coaches' comments here before we're out of time inside the Snow College pregame show. So let's jump now into our coaches' comments. We're joined now by Coach Reed Anderson of the Monticello Buckaroos at the 8-man semis at SUU going up against Milford. Coach, first off, looking at your team, got the win over Altamont last week to get to this point. Where do you feel like your team is at right now in the season?
We're probably in a better spot than we've been all year. We've had very much of a roller coaster year, and we kind of have put a couple really good wins together, so we're feeling more confident than we have.
What's been the key to try to get that roller coaster settled down?
These are teenagers, right? And every year you get a different batch, and the interactions is like a big chemistry problem, and it's just mix this, a little of that, and sometimes that explodes in your face. But I think we've kind of got where people stand and where people fit and how that team works the best together. So,
when you look at your opponent today in Milford, they got you earlier a month ago, 67-0. What do you expect to see out of them today?
A lot of the same stuff. They're very much a come downhill team. They'll make good tackles. They don't miss tackles. Lots of speed, lots of high football IQ. They pick up things. They flow really well. I mean, they're just a really well-rounded, good team. They had an unfortunate game early in the year. Otherwise, they'd probably be the one in our classification.
When you look at that game that you played them earlier this season, what can you take from that game or maybe not take from that game to utilize tonight?
We played really, really scared that first game, and it showed. We were hesitant. We missed a lot of easy tackles. We made a lot of bad decisions. We didn't block very well. And more we looked at film and showed, hey, we can, if we do the things we know how to do, we can be competitive, and that's kind of been our mantra all week.
When you look at your team offensively, Cash Young playing quarterback for you, what do you need to see out of him?
I need to see him be himself. I think a lot of times when you get the backup in, they feel like they got to be like their predecessor, and those two kids could not be more the same at all. They're very different, and so my big thing to him is you need to be you and don't try to be someone else. And him and I together will measure your success. We're not going to measure success based off what anyone else says in the crowd, on the field, his opponents, the other coaches. It's all between me and him, kind of helping him feel a little more confident and secure in his abilities and what he knows how to do.
Who else do you look at offensively you want to see step up and lead the way for you?
I want to see Landon Shumway, our running back, hit some holes and kind of force Milford to kind of pack the box a little bit more. Obviously, that depends upon the four of them, the running back plus our three linemen. I want to see Tommy Morrison. He's a very, very big emotional leader on our team. You can see it. He'll wear his emotions on his sleeves, whether he's pumped up, whether he's dancing, whether he's pounding the ground out of frustration. He's a kid our team looks at. If we can get him involved early, and then hopefully our other guys can fill in on those spots and gain confidence from him.
And then you look at Milford, anybody on their team you feel like you need to slow down?
Probably the whole team. I mean, they've got those three great wide receivers. All three of them can catch and run and make great plays. I think if we can force them to have to run the ball a little bit, it's more in our favor. They're still a great running team, and they still have some great running backs. So the biggest thing for us is try and control the line of scrimmage as much as we can and force them to run a little more than pass.
How's the health of your team coming into this game?
It's not too great. Obviously, we lost a quarterback this week. Our running backs are banged up a little bit. We did get one kid back who will be on limited snaps who's had a broken collarbone since week 2. So, he might give us a little spark. So we're hoping these younger kids can come in and do really well.
And what 2 or 3 things have to happen today for your team to get the win?
Well, we got to be able to have sustained drives. That first time we played them, we'd move the ball and then shoot ourselves in the foot. We got to be able to force a couple turnovers and give ourselves easy field position to give us set ourselves up for some short scores. And then we got to make sure that we're tackling on the first contact that we make tackle with. We're not letting them get 5, 6, 10, 12 extra yards.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for joining us, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Once again, Coach Reed Anderson there of the Monticello Buckaroos. Tyler, your thoughts on what he had to say coming into this game?
He mentioned a couple of things that I did. They had some misfortunate things happen to him in Milford, and like I said, just some drop passes, and if they
a lot of the same stuff you talked about.
Yeah, get some passes caught across the middle, and I think he's got to figure it out. If he can force Milford to run the football and try to slow down the pass, it'll give him a chance.
We'll continue now with our coach's comments here inside the Snow College pregame show. We're joined now by Coach Thane Marshall of the Milford Tigers at the 8-man semifinals at SUU going up against Monticello. Coach, first off, looking at your team coming off a dominant win last week over at Camp Williams. Where do you feel like you guys are at coming into this semifinal game today?
Well, last week we were a little off after a 3-week vacation, and so hopefully we pushed them pretty hard through the week. And I'm a little like the trainer or secretariat. The closer to the big game I get, the harder I push them.
When you look at your opponent today in Monticello, you've seen them once already this season. What do you expect to see out of them tonight?
I expect to see a lot better game than I did the time before, because if they catch the football, they're going to be a tough out. And they're well coached. They play well. We got to set the tone physically first off and get them so that they don't want to go across the middle and catch the ball, because that's their big thing, is coming across the middle and catching it.
Who do you look at on your team you want to see to lead the way setting that tone?
Kaiser Merriweather he's going to set the tone. Him and Griff Walker. And Carson Chaney, since we moved him to playing free safety, he's become a lot better quarterback too. So, and you look out there and you see a 6'6" free safety, and it's a little intimidating for a quarterback.
You've got a lot of weapons offensively. It starts though with Carson. What do you need to see out of him today?
Yeah, he's last week was a shock, because the first touchdown came on a 44-yard quarterback run right up the middle, and we're like, whoa, where'd that come from? But he's just got to put the ball there, and we got to catch it. That's the biggest thing when you're a spread offense. You got to catch the football to win the ball game.
Who else do you look at today you feel like needs to step up and lead the way for you?
Well, I think Griff Walker, Boston Sullivan, and Kaiser Merriweather, and then Tay and Blackburn out of the backfield. You got a 4-headed monster right there. Which one do you stop?
When you look at Monticello's team, anybody you feel like you need to slow down today?
We need to slow the quarterback down. If we can get to the quarterback early, it'll be a whole different ball game. And number one, I don't get into names, but number one's against us before. He caught 2 or 3 balls across the middle, and we got to make sure we got him covered, him and number 5.
How's the health of your team coming into this game?
We couldn't be better. We got our offensive lineman back that had surgery. He only missed 1 ball game, and we thought we were going to be without him the rest of the season. But, he come back this week in practice, and he's fighting for his spot back, and, man, he lit him up.
So the 3-week vacation was good for him?
Yes, it was. It was really good.
And what 2 or 3 things have to happen today for your team to get the win?
Number one, we got to catch the football. Number 2, we got to out-physical them on defense. We just got to set the tone defensively. Our guys will pick the ball off if it's in the air very long, because we got a bunch of ball hawks on the defense, and we got to win in the trenches.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for joining us, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Once again, Coach Thane Marshall there of the Milford Tigers, as you get to see Peyton Thomas catch the game ball for Milford at midfield with the SUU Aviation helicopter dropping that off for us. But Tyler, your thoughts on what Coach Marshall had to say coming into this game?
It's been a big kind of a blessing for Milford getting that time off. I know you want to play as many games as you can, but they're able to come into this game 100% healthy. The lineman number 69, Skylar Russell, he did have a procedure done that caused him to miss last week's game, but him being able to come in and be a force on offense and defense for the Tigers is big. And Coach Marshall, he's coached in these games before, and I think he'll have his team ready to rock and roll.
We are ready for a kickoff. The Monticello Buckaroos elected to receive the football to start today's ball game. This 8-player semifinal game between second-seeded Milford, sixth-seeded Monticello, and Monticello will be going right to left across your TV and computer screen here tonight in this semifinal football game. 2 back deep to receive for the Buckaroos. Kick is away from Milford, and that's going to bounce at the 16-yard line. Picked up at the 10, across the 15, trying to get to the edge. Got a block, stays on his feet as he gets hit, goes down, and he'll be dropped inside the 20-yard line. Took a big hit after breaking the initial tackle, and it'll be Monticello football at about the 17 or 18-yard line after the return from Miles Coleman.
Yeah, Tay and Blackburn come in right there and just cleaned that up. And, you know, the Monticello player, I didn't see who it was that had it. Was it Coleman?
Yes.
He stopped, and you never want to do that on a kickoff because you're just standing in dead water if you do that.
Starting on the 18-yard line for the Buckaroos. 11:55 to go here in quarter number 1 of this semifinal. Cash Young at quarterback. Takes a snap. Gives the handoff. Here comes a reverse for the Buckaroos. A reverse pass. They're going to throw back for Young down the right sideline. And the ball's knocked away. Great coverage downfield by Griffin Walker to break it up.
Yeah, Monticello with a little trickery, giving the Tigers a little scare there. If it wasn't for Griff Walker just sprinting back to the ball, they're probably putting 6 on the board early right there.
So Cash Mack tried to get it to Cash Young. And the pass falls incomplete due to Griffin Walker making the play defensively. Second down and 10 from the 18-yard line now for the Buckaroos. Winner of this game moves on to play the Rich Rebels in the 8-man state championship next Saturday, 1 o'clock at Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman. Young will be in the gun. Back to his left, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, going to go on the screen pass. That's caught by Morrison, makes a man miss, gets across midfield to the 40. It's a foot race. Walker trying to catch him, and to the 15, 10, and Walker's going to bring him down at about the 12-yard line. A big play for the Buckaroos as Young connects with Morrison.
Yeah, they had them opportunities in the first game, and it was good to see right there Morrison hold on to that football. And Coach Marshall said he's the guy that they've got to stop, and so far they got one up on him right there.
72-yard gain on the pass to Morrison. First and goal from the 10 as they will spot it right on the 10-yard line. So Shumway, the back in the backfield. To the left of Young. Takes a snap, does Young, rolls to his left, looking to pass, throws underneath. That's going to be caught at the 6 and brought down inside the 5 at the 3-yard line on the pass to Cash Mack.
Yeah, Monticello right now, 2 of 3, big drive going, and they're knocking on the door of the end zone right here.
So second and goal from the 2-yard line after the 8-yard gain. Empty backfield for Young, double twin set. Hard count. Milford doesn't jump. Looks to the sideline. 16 seconds on the play clock. Plenty of time here for the Buckaroos. Settles back in, does Young. Takes the snap. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Gets hit, driven back, stays on his feet, and spins forward.
Ooh.
Pushes the ball out there, but he's going to be just short of the goal line. It'll be a third and goal from the about 1 foot line.
Yeah, if we had a goal line cam right there, that could have been very close to being overturned there if you had a little NFL replay.
They are going to put it just right at the 1. So third and goal from the 1 here for Monticello. Milford had a chance to bring him down to the backfield.
Yeah.
Young did a good job of keeping the play alive. Going to go with a tight set here, will the Buckaroos. Takes a snap, handoff, and into the end zone. The Buckaroos strike first as Landon Shumway carries it in for 6.
Yeah, and Coach Anderson wanted to get Shumway going too, and 1-yard touchdown run to put him on the board first in this semifinal game. Now hopefully they can put a defensive stop together, slow the Tigers' offense down.
That's a big drive though for Monticello. Yeah. You get beat 67-0 a month ago.
Yep.
To come down and score first. That's a big game.
Yep.
They will come out to go for 2. They're going to go with the swinging gate formation to the left. 2 receivers to the right. Young takes a snap, quick pass on the screen, and it's going to be caught, but nowhere to go for Tristan Burtonshaw for the Buckaroos. So with 10:16 to go here in quarter number 1, it is Monticello 6 and Milford 0 in this 8-man semifinal game on Centricom Team Hive and KSL Sports.
Every morning when I walk in the door, I'm still at an awe. The quality of beef that we're harvesting here at Bar W, in my 40 years of experience, I have never seen beef after beef after beef of the extreme quality. Every single one of them that are coming through are top shelf.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Team Hive and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to SUU's Eccles Coliseum. So a 5-play drive for the Buckaroos gets them on the board first, capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run by Landon Shumway to go up 6-0 as they failed on the 2-point attempt try. Here's now the ensuing kickoff for Monticello. Short pooch kick, taken to the 31-yard line, across the 40 with some room, spin to the 45, and brought down at about the 48-yard line on the return. Hayes Marshall for the Tigers.
Yeah, good starting field position right here for the Tigers. They really need to answer that touchdown Monticello scored and try to equal out the momentum here.
Well, they've got great field position. At the 48-yard line is where they spot it, right near midfield. Cheney will be in the gun. Got 3 receivers bunched to the right, 1 wide left. Empty backfield here for Carson Cheney. Send man in motion left to right. Pitch it forward to Merriweather, trying to get to the edge. Cuts back inside. Now bounces back outside to the sideline. And he'll be forced out of bounds in Monticello territory down to the 35-yard line. Keisler Merriweather on the reception.
Nice little dip inside to outside, showing the quick acceleration that he has. And, big first play for the Tigers.
17-yard gain on the pass. It's always weird to call those a pass, but it is a pass. So 1st and 10 to the Monticello 35 for Milford. Blackburn now to the left of Cheney in the backfield. Takes a snap, drops the pass, quick pass to Blackburn out of the backfield, and he dropped it. Turned to run before he had it so fully secured and fell off his fingertips.
Yeah, and he did have a step on Shumway, who was closing out to the outside, and that's another pass that's hard to defend in the 8-man game is the running back out of the backfield because the defense has to cover so much field from side to side.
And you can see on the replay there, he had it in his hands, just turned his head before he fully brought it in, and it fell off. Empty backfield again here for Cheney. 3 right, 1 receiver to the left. Going to go that slant route, caught by Merriweather, breaks a tackle as he made a man miss to the 10. 5, touchdown, Tigers. Milford evens the score and a chance to take the lead with the extra point.
Yeah, Merriweather's so explosive when you get the football into his hands. And, the Tigers got 3 or 4 guys that they got to share that ball with, but when Merriweather gets it, man, he sure can make it explode in a hurry.
So 35-yard touchdown pass to put the Tigers on the board. Five-play drive for the Buckaroos, and Milford says, let's try a 3-play drive. Snap is good, and the extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So with 9:50 to go in the first quarter of this 8-man semifinal game, it is Milford at 7, Monticello 6 on Centracom Team Hive and KSL Sports.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
Let's head back to the field for high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centracom Team Hive.
I appreciate producer Barrett Hilton letting us know that middle schoolers everywhere are now looking at the scoreboard here saying 6-7.
Yeah, 6-7. I'm sure it was going on in the stands, in the crowd. There was kids doing it.
Milford set to kick it away with Maddox Alger. 2 back deep to receive for the Buckaroos. Kick is away, and it's going to be taken by Morrison at the 18-yard line. Slipped to the 25 as he tried to cut and goes down to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, the Tigers were there and in perfect position to make the play. And I don't know, is something new that they voted on that they're just going to play these games on 100-yard fields. I thought there for a couple years they were changing them down to 80, but it looks like they didn't make no changes, or if they never played at the 80.
They've stayed at the 100 yards.
They've stayed at the 100, okay.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Shotgun formation here for Young. One receiver left, two to the right. Drops back to pass. Pressure coming, rolls to his right, and throws it underneath. It'll be incomplete. Kind of just threw it at the feet of Mack. Good coverage by Merriweather.
And the pressure by the Tigers to force him outside of the pocket. Didn't let him stand there and have time to throw.
To follow, coming off the backside, providing the pressure. Two receivers to the right. Make it two to the left as they bring Mack over. One receiver to the right. Shumway in the backfield with Young. Young takes the snap, fakes the handoff, pumps, rolls out to the right side, has tons of room in front of him, picks up the first down and more. 45, and he'll go out of bounds at the 49-yard line to move the chains for the Buckaroos.
You know, I don't know if that was a designed run, but for Young to see what happened right there is they ran a single coverage on the far side, and the corner went with the slant route. It just opened up like the Red Sea on that side.
The way that he took off, it almost felt like it was a designed run.
Yeah, knew what was going to go on.
1st and 10, handoff now to Shumway up the middle. Bounces off the one would-be tackler, then is brought down by the next three from Milford. No gain on the carry.
Yeah, Milford does a good job at taking the cutback lanes away at the line of scrimmage. Monticello's going to have more success if they'll just hit the hole and go and keep moving forward instead of trying to cut back.
So 2nd down and 10. Two receivers left, one to the right. And he's going to split Shumway out to the left. So trips left. One receiver to the right. Going to bunch him to the left. Single coverage. Young in the gun. Takes a snap. Pumps to his left. Looking. Now going to throw across the middle for Morrison. And that's going to be incomplete. Again, good coverage by Griffin Walker.
Yeah, perfectly timed coverage by Walker as he put his hands on Morrison right as the ball get there and took his ability away to make the catch coming across the middle.
So 3rd and 10 now for the Buckaroos. Big third down here, a yard shy of midfield. Trailing Milford 7-6 in this 8-man semifinal game with under 9 minutes to go here in quarter one. Two receivers right, one to the left, tight right. Empty backfield for Young. Hard count. Milford doesn't bite, down to 6 seconds on the play clock. They reset with a call from Coach Keyes. Drops the pass. Going to throw, looking for Morrison just over the outstretched hand. It'll fall incomplete. 4th and 10 now for the Buckaroos.
And the Tigers had double coverage right there on Morrison, and that's when he was lined up at tight end in Milford. That's when he got open and was able to get some catches. So a nice scouting right there by the Tigers, knowing what was going to happen with Morrison when he lined up at tight end.
Coach Anderson gave the call to his team as they come out. Punt team out there for the Buckaroos. They do go with the double twin set here. They're going to bring Merriweather up to defend it. And Young is going to drop the pass, avoids the pressure, steps up, throws across the middle, and that'll be incomplete as he was trying to find the intended target. It says 34. I don't have a 34. I don't know if you've got one on there, but pass falls incomplete regardless. So a turnover on downs.
34 or 44? Could be 44.
Pretty sure it's 34 that he threw it to.
I'm sure it all comes from the same place.
Yeah, it is 34, but yeah, I don't have one there for Monticello. We'll try to get that figured out. So 1st and 10 at the Monticello 49 for the Milford Tigers with 8:47 to go in the first quarter. Handoff comes to the right side. Blackburn cuts back in, makes a man miss through an arm tackle, and is brought down inside the 30-yard line to the 27 for a first down.
Big drive starter right there by Blackburn. Didn't even get touched till he was 15 yards down the field, and he just put his foot down and rock and roll, and big play for the Tigers.
First running play of the game for Milford after throwing on their first three offensive plays. 1st and 10 at the Monticello 27. They will go two receivers bunched to each side tight. Cheney in the backfield takes the snap. Pressure coming. throws it down the field, has a man, caught, touchdown, Milford. Boston Sullivan reels in the reception.
You know, we talked about it between one of the breaks about 8-man football. You're limited most of the time to single coverage, cover zero, and sometimes you can have a safety help, but the Tigers, they're just tough to defend because you just don't know which weapon to track down and where the ball's going to go.
Already 79 passing yards for Carson Cheney, 2 touchdowns. They have had 5 total plays of offense, 2 touchdowns to show for it. Snap is good, hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good. So with 8:03 to go in quarter number 1 of this 8-man semifinal, it is Milford 14, Monticello 6 on Centricom Team Hive and KSL Sports.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments on time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School, I got this.
This year will be different. Visit Centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Team Hive and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to SU's Eccles Coliseum after the Tigers have taken a 14-6 lead over Monticello, and Alger set to kick it away again for Milford. Here's the jogging approach. It's going to be bouncing at the 20-yard line, picked up at the 19, across the 25-yard line, and Coleman will be brought down at about the 28-yard line is where he will be stopped, and that's where Monticello will start their next drive.
Yeah, Cutler Neto on the kickoff coverage right there, coming up with the tackle. Monticello really needs to answer right here. The way Milford's offense has dominated so far, they need a score. Keep yourself in the ball game, give yourself a chance.
So they'll have it on the 28-yard line to start this drive with 7:58 to go in the first quarter. Young in the gun, takes a snap, hands to Shumway. Shumway hit hard. He got wrapped up from behind, then to follow, delivered a big blow in front for the tackle for loss.
Yeah, Trenton Thompson rode him to the ground, but to follow was just right there waiting, standing in the hole, pursuing downhill.
So a loss of a yard makes it now 2nd down and 11. Cord Young is 34. He has 2 numbers, and apparently he's 34 tonight. He's 56 the other times. Rolls the pass underneath. Mack makes the catch. He takes a big hit from Sullivan, but does have a gain of about 7 yards out to the 34-yard line. Second catch of the game for Cash Mack. Makes it now 3rd down and 4 for the Buckaroos. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Shumway in the backfield to the left of Young. Takes a snap, drops the pass, rolls to his right, pressure coming, throws, looking for Young, and that's going to be, is it intercepted? Yes, it is. It's picked off by the Tigers. Boston Sullivan takes it away at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Sullivan's been an animal at corner for the Tigers this year. I believe he was at 10 interceptions on the season before last week's game, and he had 2 or 3 last week, including a pick 6, but he's been tough for the Tigers in the secondary.
And they'll start at the 44-yard line, their own 44-yard line with 6:49 to go here in quarter number 1, leading 14-6. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Cheney with Blackburn to his right in the backfield. Takes a snap. Quick pass to the outside. That one's going to be caught by Walker. Tries to get to the edge. A stiff arm. Stays on his feet. And eventually the Buckaroos will bring him down. And it looks like he's going to be just short of a 1st down for a gain of 9.
Yeah, Court Young right there, number 34, did a great job of holding on to Walker's feet and waiting for the reinforcements to come.
9-yard gain to make it 2nd and 1 in Monticello territory at the 47-yard line. They will go trips left, 1 receiver to the right. Cheney with an empty backfield. Takes a snap, pumps, has a man deep, and it's going to be caught. Sullivan reels it in to the end zone. Touchdown, Milford. What a play from Boston Sullivan.
A great play call by Coach Wes Marshall and great execution by the Tigers. Cheney really sold that pump fake on that zero pass right there, and just allowed Sullivan 2 steps on the defense and put the ball right in the breadbasket.
And he had his choice, Sullivan or Blackburn down the seam, and Sullivan makes a great over-the-shoulder catch and takes to the house a 47-yard touchdown pass for the Tigers to go up 2 scores.
Yeah, that's the second receiving touchdown for Sullivan, right, on the day?
Yes. And they're going to do a fake extra point, and it's a 2-point attempt, and it's going to be intercepted by the Buckaroos. So no good on the attempt. So with 5:56 to go here in, let's see, we have a flag on the play, it looks like. Officials are discussing it. Let's see what they call here. It's going to be pass interference on the Buckaroos. And now the Tigers will line up to go for 2 as opposed to lining up in the extra point formation.
That was the 11th interception on the year for Sullivan.
Wow.
I was looking that up.
So here's the 2-point attempt now as a 2-point attempt for the Tigers. Cheney in the backfield. To his left is Walker. Double tight set here. They send Merriweather in motion right to left. Takes a snap. Give to Walker. Walker hitting the backfield. Breaks the tackle into the end zone. He goes for a successful 2-point try. So now a 5:56 to go here in quarter number 1. It is Milford 22, Monticello 6 on Centracom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, Fillmore Community Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
Let's head back to the field for high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centracom Team Hive.
Well, the Tigers are scoring quick and often right now in the first quarter, 3 touchdowns, and we're just 4 seconds over halfway through the first quarter. And Monticello scored on the opening drive. Milford has scored on their next 3 to take a 22-6 lead in this semifinal game.
Here we go.
Alger set to kick it away. Line drive kick, low kick. That's going to be caught out of the air at the 27 to the 30, 35. Tries to go across the field, and we brought down by Boston Sullivan on the return there for the Buckaroos. Was that, I believe it was John Lieber.
Yep, 21, Lieber. So not bad starting field position here for Monticello.
Their best of the day so far.
Yeah, 35-yard line.
5:51 to go in this first quarter. They'll go 1 receiver wide right, 2 receivers to the left. Shumway in the backfield to the right of Cash Young. Young in the pistol formation, takes a snap, rides the handoff, gives it to Shumway. Shumway tries to get to the edge and gets brought down after a gain of about 3 on the carry by Griffin Walker.
Yeah, good run by Shumway right there to start first down, get ahead of the chains a little bit. I really want to see him spread it out a little bit more and scramble Young out to the right side, let him have a run-pass option right there and put the Tigers in a position that they've got to defend him as a runner, and then hopefully that'll help open up some deep passes downfield.
Taking a look at our games today, we've had the 2 3A games are both just fantastic.
Yeah.
And Cedar prevailing. They remain undefeated, beating Juab 23-16. And Manti upsetting Morgan 42-28. The game was tied at 21 at halftime. Pass out of the backfield, screen play, gets it out to Morrison. Morrison had a blocker in place. Nice tackle. Boston Sullivan to bring him down just shy of the first down marker.
Yeah, they had Tristan Burtonshaw out there with the screen block on Sullivan, and Sullivan played it textbook, right? Come up and met the blocker, bounced off and was able to keep outside contain and didn't allow for the first down to be gained right there.
So 3rd and a yard now for the Buckaroos at their own 44-yard line, looking for the first down, try to move the chains and keep the drive alive. And then we talked about the other 8-man semifinal game that was Rich, a dominant win over Whitehorse earlier today. Handoff goes to Shumway, hitting the backfield, stays on his feet, then 2 more Tigers pile on to drive him back, and a flag will fly on the play in the area of a likely hold. We'll see what the call is here. Guess there's the potential for a face mask there as well.
Or helmet to helmet.
Looks like they're going to march it back against Monticello, though.
If you're Milford, you probably decline that penalty, don't you?
Well, it was a face mask. Just the umpire was facing the wrong way. Now he's going to reset, and we'll move it forward. So it will be a first down as a result for the Monticello Buckaroos with the penalty. First penalty of the game.
Yeah, I don't know. The umpire right there, he was really going to march that play backwards for a second, wasn't he? Threw a little curveball at us.
So it takes down to the 49-yard line. 1st and 10 for Monticello. 4:13 to go in this first quarter. 8-man semifinal action. Go 1 receiver to each side. 2 backs now in the backfield. Behind Young in the pistol formation. Takes the snap. Gives the handoff to Shumway right up the middle. Gets across midfield down to the 48-yard line for a gain of 3.
Yeah, one cut and go. Put your head down and go forward. And that's going to be the best success for the Buckaroos running the football is get upfield as quick as you can and take your blows. But, you're getting ahead of the change right there.
2nd down and 7. 2 receivers right. Tight left, send a man in motion. That's Mack. They give it to him on the end around the jet sweep. Tries to get upfield. He's cut off by Merriweather, and Merriweather strips it on the way to the ground and covers it up. Milford football on the turnover. Big play for the Milford defense.
Yeah, that was just really a bang-bang where they could have stopped the forward progress, but great play by Merriweather and heads up. The ball was high. He stuck in and popped it out. It was actually coming out just a little bit before he got there.
They got a good strip on it, did Merriweather, and Milford takes over at their own 47-yard line.
So unfortunate for Monticello, as that would have been a nice play and set up a nice 3rd and short.
1st and 10 here instead. Cheney in the gun. Blackburn to his right in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right. 1 wide left. Takes the snap. Looking to his left, going to throw deep down the far sideline, and that is incomplete. Good coverage downfield by the Buckaroos.
Yeah, Cord Young on the coverage over there. Just a little bit underthrown by Cheney, as Merriweather did end up getting a step, but great coverage by Young.
So 2nd down and 10.
I was just going to say Merriweather split out wide side, one-on-one coverage. The ball was going there, but it was just a little bit too slow.
Well, you knew it.
I thought it. Words didn't come to my mouth.
So 2nd down and 10, 3:16 to go here in the first quarter, 22-6 Tigers. Cheney takes a snap. Little pitch out to Blackburn with blockers in place, cuts inside the block, has the first down into Monticello territory, breaks a tackle to the 25, and brought down to the 24-yard line. A big play for Tayan Blackburn.
Almost fumbled that football when he ran through the first defender as he popped it loose, but he was able to catch it on the fly and fall forward for about 6 more yards. Skylar Russell out there leading the way for the Tigers.
29-yard gain on the carry for Blackburn to the 24, so 1st and 10 Milford. Merriweather split to the left, 2 receivers bunched right, Blackburn to the right of Cheney in the backfield. Shotgun formation, takes a snap, drops the pass, steps up to the left side, has tons of room in front of him, tucks it himself, has the first down to the 10, 5, and touchdown. Tigers, Carson Cheney from 24 yards out.
Yeah, great job by Cheney recognizing, and it's just that dangerous defense that you're almost forced to play in 8-man football. Is the quarterback is unaccounted for, and that was what I was hoping to see from Monticello on the last drive, and I think that would still be a winning combination for Monticello if they can get Young scrambling, but great job by Cheney.
So Carson Cheney has thrown 3 and now ran for 1 here in this first quarter of action. 2:37 to go. Alger on for the extra point try. Snap is good, hold is down, and the kick is up and good. So with 2:37 to go here in quarter number 1 of this 8-man semifinal, Milford 29, Monticello 6 on Centricom Team Hive and KSL Sports.
Bose Auto Parts is a locally owned company, and their mission is to be the leading parts provider by serving their customers, team members, and communities through hard work, integrity, and striving for excellence. Bose Auto Parts has 5 key locations across Utah: St. George, Cedar City, Beaver, Mount Pleasant, and Saratoga Springs. Bose delivers to wherever you are and community you might be in. Between their stores, they have won 16 Platinum Awards, 4 Best of Iron County, 3 Best of Southern Utah, 2 Best Places to Work. That's Bose Auto Parts.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Team Hive and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to SUU's Eccles Coliseum on the campus of Southern Utah University in Cedar City. 29-6 now your score. Milford with the lead over Monticello. And again, the winner of this game moves on to play the Rich Rebels in the 8-man state championship next Saturday, 1 o'clock at Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman. Alger set to kick it away for the Tigers after the 24-yard touchdown run by Carson Cheney. Going to be a short kick, bouncing at the 22-yard line, rolling inside the 20 before being picked up, and Coleman gets out to the 25, make it the 26-yard line on the return, and that's where Monticello will start their next drive.
Yeah, Hayes Marshall there to wrap him up and keep him tangled up. Didn't allow him to break free, and Monticello, let's see Young right here. Let's see a big dose of Young running the football. That's what I want to see.
They will spot it at the 27 is where they'll start this drive. So Milford has started every one of their drives at the worst ones at the 44. So the 40 or better, 44 or better, while the Buckaroos, their best is at the 35. 2 receivers to the right, Shumway to the left. He's going to send a man in motion right to left. Take the snap, fake the handoff on the jet sweep, and he's wrapped up, drops the football. Milford has it. Tigers take over. Back-to-back fumbles on back-to-back offensive plays for the Buckaroos, and Milford's back in business.
Yeah, Trendon Thompson got in there and caused the havoc on the quarterback, and Talofa was there to recover it when it hit the ground.
So they will take over at the 22-yard line. Will the Tigers. Empty backfield here for Cheney. Takes the snap, drops the pass, looking to his left. Now going to go to the end zone for Sullivan. Makes the catch again. Cheney put it in the perfect spot, and Sullivan made the play for the touchdown.
Yeah, a little post corner route by Sullivan, tough to defend, coming from the wide side as he went in and back out. Cheney plenty of time, step up in the pocket, and couldn't have put that ball in a better spot for Sullivan to be the only one to make a play on it.
157 passing yards already for Carson Cheney. 96 receiving yards for Boston Sullivan with 3 receiving touchdowns. Extra point try is up, and it is good. So now with 2:23 to go in quarter number 1, it is the Milford Tigers 36, Monticello Buckaroos 6 on Centricom Team Hive and KSL Sports.
Hi, I'm Brady Nielsen, owner of Drew Bay Chevrolet in Delta. We believe buying a car should be simple and honest, with no pressure, no gimmicks, and no surprises. We keep our fees low, and with the lowest sales tax rate in Utah, your dollar goes further. We've got a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, with a team that strives for world-class service with a hometown feeling. Come see why people visit us to buy their new vehicle. Experience a better way at Drew Bay Chevrolet.
Let's head back to the field for high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Team Hive.
We're back at it here at Southern Utah University. Alger with the ensuing kickoff for the Tigers. That'll be taken to the 21-yard line by Morrison across the 30. Lowers his shoulder to the 35. Stays on his feet across the 40 to the 41. A nice return from Tommy Morrison.
Yeah, good hard-nosed return right there from Morrison. He's making sure that his teammates know and the Tigers know he's not done playing. He's not quitting. He's still fighting for everything he's got. And he had that same kind of effort in the game in Milford when they played last time, as he was giving it everything he had on every play.
So 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line for the Bucks. They will go one receiver to the right, one to the left, tight right. Now they're going to bring Cord Young to the left as well. So 2 receivers to the left with Shumway to the right of Young in the backfield. Send Mack in motion. And Milford went, I mean, it wasn't even close for Boston Thompson there.
No.
He was a full yard across.
Yeah, he was timing that jet motion right there and was assuming Monticello was going to snap it when they got to the perfect spot. But
so move it forward 5 for the Buckaroos to the 46-yard line. Second penalty on Milford. First and 5 from the 46-yard line. 2 receivers left, one to the right. Young takes a snap, rolls to his left. Pressure coming, throws underneath, and it's going to be off the hands of Mack. Incomplete. Griffin Walker providing the hit there to break it up.
yeah, just not a lot of room right there for the receiver of the Buckaroos. The Tigers defense really tightening up here. They bent real hard on that first drive, but they haven't give up much since.
So second down and 5. They will go 3 receivers bunched to the right, 1 wide left. That's Morrison in single coverage with Merriweather on top of him. Takes the snap, does Young. Rolls to his left, looking, going to throw across the middle, and it is incomplete as Walker and Merriweather collided. As they both came across, Merriweather hops to his feet with a little bit of a limp, but Walker is down holding his right leg.
I think they both hit knees coming across there.
Yeah, they hit hard. Trying to intercept that pass across the middle. Yeah, they're both their right legs just hit each other hard. Both of them were a little bit slow to get up. Merriweather, though, did pop to his feet relatively quickly. But Walker's still down.
Yeah, unfortunate for the Tigers that, the senior leader battled a couple injuries earlier in the season and just got back to full strength, 100%.
As they continue to check on him on the ground here at Eccles Coliseum. He's holding that right leg. They're trying to check him out. We're going to take a break while they continue to work on Griffin Walker on the field. We'll hope he's okay. As the Tigers lead at 36-6 over Monticello, 2:10 to go in quarter number 1 of this 8-man semifinal game on Centricom Team Hive and KSL Sports.
Being part of one of the most advanced power plants in the world, it's going to be exciting.
It's important that we're listening to our customers that want clean energy.
And so I love the fact that we can power our homes here in Bountiful, but we can also be thoughtful about the environment at the same time. The power revenue bonds are completely backed by the future sale of power, which saves everybody money. And so historically, we've had lower power rates thanks to having this resource.
CF Moto is just the latest addition to the Jorgensen's Power Sports lineup. Whether you're looking for a side-by-side or a quad, CF Moto has what you need and at ultra-competitive prices. So stop by today and see what all the hype is about. Located at 980 South Coveview Road in beautiful Richfield, Utah, or find them online at jhsport.com. And as always, you can text or call Jorgensen's Power Sports at 435-896-6408.
Let's head back to the field for high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Team Hive.
So Griffin Walker exiting the game for Milford, and he's not putting any weight on that right leg. Hope that he'll be okay and hopefully be able to return next week. I don't think there's any reason for them to even bring him back in this game, but hopefully he'll be able to get back and play in the game next week as long as Milford, up by 30 right now in the first quarter, gets the win. Double twin set here from Monticello. Right to left, they send a man in motion. They give to him on the jet sweep, and to follow in the backfield brings him down for a loss of yards.
I think he caused a fumble, but Morrison was able to cover it.
Yeah, he did. Like you said, he did cause that fumble, to follow, and Morrison came in to cover it up. The handoff went to Arturo Gutierrez. Going to be a loss back to the 38-yard line. So a loss of 8 on the play. 4th and long. Double twin set here for Young. Hard count. Milford doesn't jump. Looks to the sideline, down to 5 seconds on the play clock. Down to 2. And I think we're going to get a timeout called. Yes, we will. So timeout will be called by the Buckaroos. We'll take it with them. It's 4th and 13 when we come back for Monticello, down 36-6 to Milford in quarter number 1 of this 8-man semifinal on Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Live high school sports action on Centricom, Team Hive, and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to Southern Utah University's Eccles Coliseum. It's 4th and 13 for the Monticello Buckaroos when we come out of this timeout, and they had an opportunity to punt earlier, went ahead and went for it on 4th down. This is a longer 4th down, deeper in their own territory, their own 38-yard line, but they come out of the huddle looking like they're going to go for it here in a double twin set.
Yeah, a bigger win for them right here if they can pick up a first down, right? I think it's a spot in the game that they need to really extend a drive.
Young drops the pass. Steps up, going to throw down the middle. Morrison hadn't turned his head yet, and Merriweather knocks it away. Incomplete, and a turnover on downs for Monticello.
Unfortunate because that ball was right on the money, but Morrison just wasn't looking for it yet.
So it will be Milford football in Monticello territory at the 38-yard line with 1:20 to go here in the first quarter. Well, Milford's longest drive have been 2 3-play drives. Yep. They've had 2 2-play drives and a 1-play drive.
Yep, they have that quick scoring ability that it's just hard to defend.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation for Cheney with Blackburn to his right. Takes the snap, pumps to his left. Now going to throw deep on the hitch and go, and it's going to be off the hands of the intended target. It falls incomplete.
Yeah, that's the senior receiver Brexton Barnes in for the Tigers. Coming in, getting a little duty there. Great move. Had him a touchdown, just had the hands turned the wrong way.
Cheney drops the pass again, being pressured, steps to his right, and now the whistles blow.
Is there a flag anywhere?
Yeah, I don't see one. Maybe they just officials weren't ready for play, maybe? They're going to put some time on the clock. 1:18. I wonder if they just weren't ready for play yet. And I don't know why else they would have stopped it. Because you got to get the chop from the white hat, and I wonder if they just snapped the ball before he gave the chop. Ready. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Cheney takes the snap, hands off of the middle to Blackburn, a stiff arm, but he's brought down. Nice tackle for Monticello. John Lieber makes the play.
Yeah, good job right there, keeping Blackburn down, gain of 2 or 3 on the play, and Blackburn probably got away with the face mask right there on the stiff arm.
3rd down and 8 now for Milford. And they're going to get a timeout called. Is Coach Wes Marshall, the offensive coordinator for the Tigers. So they'll use their first timeout with 42 seconds to go here in the first quarter, 36-6. Milford leads Monticello on Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
State Bank of Southern Utah is not just another bank. We are your neighbors, your friends, and your local financial partners, interested in building long-term relationships.
When you choose State Bank, you invest in our community. Your money stays here and is reinvested in friends and family, building Southern Utah.
Each one of our 17 branches is staffed and ready to serve you.
Come and experience the difference of true community banking at State Bank of Southern Utah.
Let's head back to the field for high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Team Hive.
Welcome back here to Southern Utah University as we come out of that timeout. think Milford needed to call that timeout. They broke the huddle with 9, which is too many men on the field, so they get that timeout to avoid that penalty. And Cheney takes a snap. Gives on the handoff to Merriweather. Merriweather to the far side of the field. Picks up a first down and more to the 20, 15. Gets hit at the 10 and drives down to the 6-yard line. It's first and goal for the Tigers.
Griffin Walker back in the play for the Tigers. I don't know if you noticed that right there. Lead block right there for Merriweather.
So great to have Walker back into the game. Down to the 6. 30-yard run for Merriweather. Cheney. Same formation here, receiver to the right this time. Hands it off, hitting the backfield, breaking the tackle is Merriweather. Cheney now the lead blocker. Merriweather into the end zone with a lowering the shoulder to provide the hit.
Walker,
excuse me. Griffin Walker on the touchdown run.
Yeah, they split Merriweather out to the wide side with Walker into the backfield. That the run pass option they had right there with Walker, but I think his knee's okay.
Yeah, it seems like a 6-yard touchdown run for Griffin Walker. Now Auger on for the extra point. Well, it's the first touchdown of the day that Cheney isn't involved in. Extra point is up and good for the Tigers. So with 8 seconds to go in the first quarter, it is Milford 43, Monticello 6 on Centricom Team Hive and KSL Sports.
It's service first at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore, and they continue to increase ways to serve their customers. Service Drug doesn't just do compounding, but they are equipped to do both regular and sterile compounding. They can help you reach your weight loss goals with custom-made weight loss injections. With delivery to Nephi, East Millard County, and surrounding areas, Service Drug has you taken care of. Call 435-864-2545 with any questions. Dedicated to your good health and good value, Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Team Hive and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
We're back here in Cedar City, 43-6. Milford putting it on Monticello here in this 8-man semifinal football game. Auger with the ensuing kickoff. And that's going to be caught early at the 29-yard line is Mack with it. And he'll be brought down at the 36. Make it the 37 is where they'll give him. That's where Monticello will start their next drive, down 43-6. 43 straight points for the Tigers.
Yeah, 3 seconds left right here. Monticello probably don't want to take too much of a chance. Probably see a little handoff to Shumway right here to get us into halftime.
Buckaroos will go 2 receivers to the right, tight left, Shumway to the left of Young in the backfield. Man in motion right to left, takes a snap, does Young, drops the pass, heavy pressure on the screen, has a man that's going to be caught, and Shumway has it to the 40, 45, 50, and he'll be lowering the shoulder to stay on his feet as he broke a tackle. Down to the 40-yard line of the stiff arm, now gets hit by Tofalo, and he'll be brought down in Milford territory. A nice catch and run from Landon Shumway.
Yeah, nice little play design right there. Monticello can use that and take in some. Are we just the end of the first quarter?
Yeah, just the first quarter.
Wow. That's been a long first quarter. I thought we was going to halftime.
Not yet. Not yet. So that'll be the end of the first quarter. We'll take the break with them. It is 43-6. Milford leads Monticello in this 8-man semifinal game on Centricom Team Hive and KSL Sports.
Kern River Gas Transmission wishes the Millard Eagles good luck this season and reminds everyone that damage from others digging into a pipeline is one of the main causes of pipeline failures. Never guess where a pipeline is located. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or homeowner, if you plan to dig, call Blue Stakes to make sure all utilities are marked. Call Blue Stakes at 800-662-4111 or the new national 811 number at least 48 hours before digging. Kern River Gas Transmission Company reminds you to call before you dig. It's free. It's the law.
Let's head back to the field for high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Team Hive.
Well, we'll head to the second quarter here with 1st and 10 for the Buckaroos at the Milford 40-yard line, trailing the Tigers 43-6, though, is Monticello. 2 receivers to the right here for the Bucks, and Morrison tight left. Shotgun formation for Young with Shumway to his left in the backfield. Right to left sends man in motion. Going to let him get reset on the far side. Young steps back after recalling it, takes the snap, hands off to Shumway up the middle, and he gets wrapped up quickly. Trendon Thompson making the play there, no gain on the carry.
I think we got an injured Monticello player.
Cash Mack a little bit slow to get up, or excuse me, I think that's Peyton Tathley that's slow to get up. He's going to limp off the field.
Just got caught up in the bottom and come up limping. I couldn't tell if it was cramp or not. It almost acted like it was cramps.
So 2nd down and 10. 2 receivers to the right, Morrison wide left for the Bucks. Shumway to the left of Young in the backfield. Again, shotgun formation. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drops the pass, has time, throws across the middle on the slant route for Morrison, and it falls incomplete. Young was just Young didn't trust the time he had. He was just a little bit happy on that.
Yeah, his feet were moving around and antsy in the pocket. Shumway did a great job of creating some separation from Sullivan to break open. Maybe gave a little extra shove too, but he did have time to put it on him.
So 3rd down and 10 for the Bucks. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Young takes the snap, rolls to his right, pressure coming from Thompson. Continues to roll, throws downfield, and it is intercepted. Boston Sullivan pulls it out of the air. He's going to get back to the 35, broke through an arm tackle, spins out another to the 40, and he'll be driven back right there at the 40-yard line. 42 is where Milford will take over on the interception.
Yeah, great job by Sullivan. He's such a ball hawk on defense and has a nose for the football. Just probably try not to throw it at him. I mean, we're to that point, right? I mean, he just has a great nose for the football.
So 42-yard line. This is the worst field position of the day for the Tigers. And it's at the 42. 6 for 6 on drives, 6 touchdowns. Receiver wide right. 2 to the left, tight left. Cheney low snap, it's on the ground, and he goes to a knee to pick it up. So a big loss of yards there, back to the 34-yard line, 35-yard line.
Yeah, just a little bit too low for a 6'4" quarterback, right? It's hard to go down and get that ball off the ground.
So a loss of 7 back to the 35, 2nd down and 17. Been a dominant performance thus far for the Tigers. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Cheney in the gun, left to right, send a man in motion. Takes the snap, shovels it out to Blackburn. Blackburn cuts inside, gets wrapped up from behind and brought down at the 40-yard line for a gain of 5 yards on the carry.
Yeah, nice little option shovel play right there. You know, Blackburn's done a great job all night making that first guy miss.
4 carries for 58 yards now for Blackburn. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Cheney, hard count, and he got Monticello to jump off sides, move it forward 5 yards. So instead of 3rd and 13, it'll now be 3rd and 8 for the Tigers.
A staple of Coach Wes Marshall's offense has been that hard count over the years, and they're very, very, very productive with it.
So 3rd down and 8 from the 45-yard line. Make it 3rd and 7 or so. Cheney takes the snap, drops the pass, looking to his right. Here comes some pressure, rolls out, throws underneath. That's going to be caught by Sullivan to the 40, 35-yard line, and it's a foot race. Gets inside the 25 to the 20, got a block, 10-5, touchdown. Tigers, Boston Sullivan with his 4th of the game.
Yeah, Cheney had to scramble away from some pressure, and what that did is it allowed Sullivan to get separation from his man on that single coverage right there. And once he caught the ball and cut it back, he needed 1 block to get to the end zone, and he got it.
I have that unofficially for Cheney, 212 passing yards in the game, 5 touchdown passes. 151 receiving yards for Sullivan and 4 touchdowns. Alger on for the extra point with 9:38 to go in the first half. Snap is good, and the kick is blocked. Coming across to block it for the Bucks, Seth Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor's been close on a couple of those extra points, and he finally got his way snuck through there.
So it is Milford leading with 9:38 to go in half number one in this 8-man semifinal, 49-6 over Monticello on Centracom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
Ebenezer, you have yet a chance to escape my fate. Am I destined to end up in chains like you, Jacob? Worse, without triple rewards, but you can still change your destiny with a Mountain America Rewards credit card.
With a Mountain America Rewards credit card, earn 3 times the points on every dollar spent until the stroke of midnight on December 31st.
Triple rewards are better than I thought.
Live high school sports action on Centracom, Team Hive, and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
49-6, Milford with the lead over Monticello here in this 8-man semifinal game. 9:38 to go in the first half. And let's see, kicking it away now for the Tigers is De La Fuente. Rolling kick. Coleman picks it up at about the 7-yard line, across the 10 to the 15. Got through one would-be tackler to the 25 and stays on his feet before being spun down at the 28-yard line. A nice return for Miles Coleman.
Yeah, Talofa right there with the tackle on the kick return. He's so strong if he gets his hands on the ball carrier that they don't break it very often.
So Monticello takes over, 9.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter, and they will have it on their own 28-yard line. Monticello trying to find a spark offensively after scoring on their opening drive. They've turned it over on downs, threw an interception, fumbled, turnover on downs, interception. Young takes a snap. Handoff goes to Shumway up the middle. He's going to dive ahead for a gain of a yard. Well, the near side line judge says he didn't gain any, so no gain on the carry.
Yeah, it's the Tigers' defense smell blood right here. They only give up 7 points a ball game, and Monticello scored that on the first drive, and they had to know it's going to be hard to score points on the Tigers, right? But they need to keep plugging away.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Young rolls to his left, looking downfield, nothing deep, pressure coming, now throws underneath, intercepted. Griffin Walker has it to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown Tigers, as Milford adds to their lead with the pick 6.
Yeah, Walker just in the right place at the right time, as Young just had to throw that ball pretty much away as the pressure from the Tigers defense was in his face. And once Griffin Walker caught it, the 2 Monticello players took each other out, and was allowed the return for the touchdown.
So Auger back on for the extra point attempt. 55-6 now your score. Milford leading. Auger set. Snap is good. And they're going to throw that pass this again from Walker to Merriweather, and that falls incomplete. As they tried to get him across the line on the fake PAT attempt. Or excuse me, was that Barnes that threw it? Tice Barnes that threw the pass.
Yes, Tice Barnes is
the holder.
Sophomore backup quarterback for the Tigers.
So incomplete on the 2-point try with 8:51 to go in the half. Milford 55, Monticello 6 on Centracom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Let's head back to the field for high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centracom Team Hive.
And we're back at it here at Southern Utah University in Cedar City. Auger going to kick this one away. So after he got a break on the last kickoff, he kicks this one away. And that's going to be taken by Morrison at the 20-yard line to the 25, 30. And he'll be spun around and dropped at the 32-yard line on the return.
Yeah, Tam Blackburn hustling down there as the fly guy on his side. And Monticello's run their offense back out on the field.
So 5 turnovers in the game for the Buckaroos. Of course, all of them leading to touchdowns, as Milford, every time they've had the ball, they've scored.
Yeah, they only have 1 defensive score, or they got 2 defensive scores?
Just the one.
Just the one.
Yep.
Just that last pick 6.
Yes. So 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line for the Bucks. 2 receivers to the right. They will go tight left with Morrison. Young in the gun. Sends Mack right to left in motion. They take the snap, fake the handoff, throw across the middle to Morrison. Caught. And he's going to be brought down near the first down marker at the 41-yard line to make it 2nd and 1.
Yeah, Morrison dangerous from that tight end position. And good-looking ball from Young, finding him hot across the middle. Snuck it between 2 defenders.
125 passing yards now for Young. 87 of those going to Tommy Morrison. 2nd and a yard from the 41-yard line. Double twin set here for the Bucks. Young in the gun. Takes the snap, drops the pass, steps up, going to throw to the out. That's going to be incomplete through the hands of Cash Mack, the intended receiver.
Yeah, Hayes Marshall on the coverage for the Tigers. He's come into the game on defense, taking over duties for Griffin Walker on defense, did Marshall.
Third and 1.
Monticello just needs to get a play going forward right here.
Handoff goes up the middle to Shumway, has the first down and more, makes a man miss across midfield into Milford territory at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, good job by Monticello right there. 3rd and short, went into a little I formation, little pro set, and give the ball to your best running back and let him do his thing.
So 1st and 10 at the Milford 46 for Monticello. 7:28 to go in the first half. They'll send Young wide right. Under center, they pitch it out to Shumway with blockers out in front. Able to cut inside, and he's brought down inside the 40-yard line to the 39 for a gain of 7.
Yeah, another great job right there. Different look, giving the Tigers something else to think about here.
Talked about the earlier games today. Of course, we've got another full day of semifinals tomorrow, as we'll have San Juan Summit Academy in the 2A at 10 o'clock. Then 1A will be Kanab North Summit with a timeout called here. And that'll be at 1 o'clock. 4 o'clock tomorrow, South Sevier South Summit in 2A. And then the nightcap, 7 o'clock, will be Beaver and Duchesne.
I've had my eye on them last 2 sets of games all week long. I think them are going to be some great football games to come and enjoy and watch. South Sevier and South Summit and Beaver and Duchesne. I believe those ball games are going to be top-notch with some teams that are very evenly matched, and be a good day for football for those 2 games.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun. We've looked at these games today and thought the 3A semis are going to be battles, and they were great games in the 3A semifinals. And then tomorrow, as you said, 1 each in the 2A and 1A. And Summit Academy gave San Juan a pretty good game, or decent game earlier this year. They're hoping to give San Juan a great game tomorrow morning. And North Summit, this is the 2nd year in a row they played Kanab in the semifinals. They're going to try to give Kanab everything they can handle tomorrow as well.
Yeah, and they're going to be looking for revenge, right? I mean, coming off last year's, I felt like North Summit was probably the favorite in that matchup last year's semifinals, and
suffered a loss. Shumway on the handoff. They're just staying with that offset I formation, and Shumway picks up the first down inside the 35-yard line. To the 33 is where they'll spot it for a gain of 6.
And also to add to that North Summit Kanab game too, the high of highs of winning at a last-second buzzer beater at the end last week against Miller too.
Yeah,
it's got to have them feeling pretty good about themselves.
1st and 10 here for the Bucks at the Milford 33-yard line. Going to stay in that offset I under center. Young now rolls out to pass, going to throw deep down the sideline, and it's underthrown as it falls incomplete. Young had a step, but pass falls to the turf.
Yeah, and there's that man out there, Boston Sullivan, in the coverage again.
So 2nd down and 10 now for the Buckaroos. And go back to the spread offense here. 3 receivers to the left. Pistol formation here for Young with Shumway behind him to his left. Now they bring Young to the right. So 2 receivers left, 1 right. Takes a snap. Going to throw out of the backfield to Shumway. Thompson is there. Shumway cuts back upfield, and Trendon Thompson will bring him down after a gain of 2 to the 31.
Yeah, got a little positive gain here, but, 3rd and long. Down in deep plus territory right here. Monticello wants to get some points on the board. Wonder what Coach Kai's the offensive coordinator for Monticello?
3rd and 8. 4 down territory here for Monticello. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Tight left. Takes a snap, does Young. He wanted to look for Morrison, wasn't there. Now throws across the middle deep, and it'll fall incomplete as he tried to get that one downfield to Arturo Gutierrez.
Yeah, dangerous by Young throwing that ball up in that spot of the field with Cheney and Sullivan lurking.
Yeah, Sullivan there in coverage. 4th and 8, timeout called by Coach Anderson for the Bucks. We'll take it with him with 5:31 to go in the first half of this 8-man semifinal. Milford 55, Monticello 6 on Centricom Team Hive and KSL Sports.
This is Nate Christensen at Zions Bank. We're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. And with a branch right around the corner, we're here for you wherever you are. For all your personal and business banking needs, come visit us and let us show you how Zions Bank is for you.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Team Hive and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
And we're back here at Southern Utah University's Eccles Coliseum in Cedar City as we come out of the timeout. 55-6 is your score. Milford leads Monticello, and the Bucks facing a 4th and 8 at the Milford 31-yard line. They're going to go with 2 bunch receivers to each side, tight to each side. Young takes a snap from the gun, and a flag will fly. It's going to be a false start. I think the snap came late.
Yeah, the snap was delayed for sure. As everybody else went in sync, the snap was just a little slow. But the penalty is still on everybody else and not the center, right?
A 5-yard penalty drops them back. Second penalty on Monticello to the 36-yard line is where they now have it. And instead of 4th and 8, it's now 4th and 13. Going to stay in that same formation here, will the Bucks. Young in the gun. Takes a snap, drops the pass, has time, throws to the left side and a corner out, and it's tipped and caught. Taken into the end zone, Accord Young with the reception. The ball was tipped by the Milford defender, and Young reeled it in and takes it to the house.
Yeah, you couldn't have played any better defense if you're Hayes Marshall, right? Just a good thrown ball, and, that's just the game sometimes, right?
So a 36-yard touchdown pass from Young to Young. Go for the extra point try here. On to kick it is John Lieber. Yeah, let's see what they're gonna give it on Milford here. It did get the right side of the Monticello line to move, but they will say that the defense caused the offense to go. So half the distance of the goal. That allows Monticello to decide they're going to go for 2 now.
Yeah, sending the offensive troops back out.
And they're going to go with that swinging gate formation to the left side. They do have Morrison split to the right. Shotgun formation for Young. Takes a snap, rolls to his right, heavy pressure, and throws to the end zone, incomplete. He threw it just a little bit behind the intended receiver, and no good on the 2-point try.
Yeah, he had Shumway open back there.
So 5:24 to go in the first half. In this 8-man semifinal game, it is Milford 55, Monticello 12 on Centricom Team Hive and KSL Sports.
Bucket list hikes, local races, challenging adventures, that one goal that means so much to you. Salt Lake Running Company has the gear and expert advice you need to start and finish strong. You'll be crushing that goal before you know it. With our trained and knowledgeable staff, an award-winning custom shoe fit process, and the head-to-toe products you need, SLRC will gear you up for your goal. Shop in-store at any of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
Let's head back to the field for high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Team Hive.
So 55-12 is your score. Milford leading Monticello in this 8-man semifinal football game. I guess 8-player semifinal football game. As the Tigers have the big lead here. Monticello able to put together a 10-play drive, make it a 9-play drive, and they end up going at 68 yards, capped off by a 36-yard touchdown pass from Cash Young to Cord Young.
Yeah, some nice looking runs right there out of that offset I formation they went into, and really was able to keep the drive alive and then getting the touchdown pass from Young to Young.
Here's the ensuing kickoff now from the Bucks. Kick is away from Lieber, and it'll be taken by Marshall at the 29. He's just going to take a knee, and that's where Milford will start their next drive. .5:23 to go in the first half. So now this is the worst field position of the day for the Tigers.
Yeah, see a couple new subs in on offense for the Tigers.
Yeah, making some changes offensively. We saw several changes on the defense. And making some of those changes here offensively as well. As they split out Brexton Barnes wide left, 2 receivers to the right, Cheney in the gun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, quick pass to the outside. That's going to be off the hands of Marshall. Incomplete.
Yeah, just threw that ball to a spot that Marshall couldn't get to on that little hitch route.
Well, Utah Tech men's basketball playing Arizona pretty tough. 62-48 your score with 11:50 to go in the game down in Tucson.
You know, I've been tuned out to the world for most of the last month, been doing a lot of hunting and stuff, and I got home the other night and turned on the TV, and there was college basketball game on.
That's right.
It's not that time yet, is it?
Handoff in the backfield, and Monticello blows it up as they drive it back. Nowhere for Blackburn to go. He's going to lose yards back to the 25. Yeah, that Monday game, Arizona had a big win on Monday, beating Florida, defending champs. And like I said, Utah Tech's playing them pretty tough tonight. Third down and 14 here for the Tigers. Cheney drops back to pass. Look into the left side, going to throw underneath, and that will be incomplete. Too far out in front of Marco Saavedra. Is that how you say it?
Yep, Saavedra. Marco Saavedra.
So 4th and 14 now for the Tigers, and they will bring on, it looks like, the punt team. From their own 25-yard line with 4:35 to go in the first half.
Yeah, they punted last week. Was the first punt, I believe, in 5 games last week.
So Sullivan is set to kick it away here. Dropping back deep to receive for Monticello is Arturo Gutierrez. High snap, Sullivan able to bring it down. He's just going to tuck it and run. Has room on the outside, tries to get to the edge, and did he step out of bounds? Yep, he did. He will not get the first down, and it's a turnover on downs at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, win for Monticello right there. Force a stop, turnover on downs, and you've got a first down and 10 yards to go in plus territory, so see if they can turn it into something right here.
And they'll take over at the Milford 36. First time that Monticello has started on the Milford side of the 50. 4:27 to go in the first half.
See if the Buckaroos go back to that offset I formation. I felt like they had some pretty good success.
Yeah.
Last drive.
Not going to it yet. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Young in the gun. Takes the snap, drops the pass. Pressure coming, rolls to his left. Able to avoid 1 tackle, then gets hit as he throws, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, dangerous by Young. Scrambling back into the vicinity of Talofa. I said it wrong. Tafolo. Get it right.
2nd down and 10 now for the Bucks. 4:20 to go in the half, and if you're wondering, if they score right here and convert on a 2-point conversion, it's still a 35-point game. Which again, if we start the second half 35 or more spread, that will be the running clock. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Young on a slant route looking for Morrison. It'll fall incomplete, a little too far out in front. Merriweather with good coverage.
Yeah, the Tigers have done a fairly decent job of taking away that inside lane on the pass.
And there was a flag apparently before that, so that's just going to be a false start. Moving back 5 and replay the down. 3rd penalty on Monticello, 3 penalties for 15 yards. Milford, 2 penalties for 10 yards. So every penalty in this game has been the 5-yard variety. 2nd and 15 now for Monticello. Now split Cord Young out wide right, 2 receivers to the left. That's Morrison and Gutierrez. Shumway in the backfield. Young takes a snap. Drops the pass, throws deep to the right side for Young. Has to come back and get it, and unable to do so as Sullivan got his arm in there to knock it away. It falls incomplete.
Yeah, good job by Court Young to fight back and have an opportunity to catch that football. Sullivan did get his head turned just at the right time to break it up.
So 3rd down and 15 now for the Buckaroos. Now, Young did a good job of getting his body in position to actually make that catch, but Sullivan kept an arm in there to knock it away. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Young drops the pass on 3rd and 15. Throws an out route. That will be incomplete, underthrown to Gutierrez. 4th and long now for the Buckaroos.
Yeah, tough throw for a quarterback from the left hash to the far sideline at the high school level. If he could have got it there, he did have a receiver open. It just come up a little bit short.
So 4th and long here for Monticello. We saw them go for it on 4th and 13 on their last drive, resulting in a 36-yard touchdown pass. You're going to try to find some 4th down magic again. Will Cash Young. 2 receivers right, tight left. Shumway in the backfield to the left of Young. And Coach Anderson going to call a timeout. We'll take it with them. 4:08 to go in the first half of this 8-man semifinal game. Milford 55, Monticello 12 on Centracom Team Hive and KSL Sports.
As a urologist, my job includes treating kidney stones, diagnosing, treating prostate cancer, and other disorders of the urinary system. Here at CVMC, specialists and primary care physicians all work very closely together.
As a family physician, being able to have continuity of care and direct relationships with our specialists is something we're very fortunate to have here.
I'm Dr. David Sewell, board-certified urologist. I'm proud to provide state-of-the-art care here at Central Valley Medical Center.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Team Hive and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
To come out of that timeout, appreciate Adam Coombs letting us know the Snow College men's basketball team ranked 10th in the country. Got the win over Eastern Arizona, 102-90 tonight. It's their early part of the basketball season. Gutierrez goes in motion. Young drops the pass, throws a screen pass underneath to Shumway, hit hard to jar the ball free. A flag does fly on the play as Hayes Marshall delivered the blow to Landon Shumway to make it incomplete.
It's going to be a holding on the Buckaroos right there in the backfield.
And they'll be declined, I would assume. So it'll be a turnover on downs at the 41-yard line for the Tigers.
Yeah, Boston Thompson come through on a blitz up the middle and just got around the defender too fast, and they had to hold him to keep him off the quarterback.
So Milford stalled for the first time on their last drive. Now Cheney, and it's going to be a penalty, flags fly, false start on Milford. The left side of Monticello's D-line went, but apparently induced by the Milford line. So move it back 5. And I think again they're actually calling that one on the center. Snap infraction.
Tigers are going to take a timeout.
So we'll take that with them as well. 4:01 to go in the first half. Still 55-12. Milford leads Monticello. 8-man semifinal action on Centracom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
Every morning when I walk in the door, I'm still at an awe. The quality of beef that we're harvesting here at Bar W, in my 40 years of experience, I have never seen beef after beef after beef of the extreme quality. Every single one of them that are coming through are top shelf.
Let's head back to the field for high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centracom Team Hive.
Cheney's going to do a quick pitch out to Blackburn coming out of the timeout. He'll get across midfield, pick up a first down on 1st and 15 to the Monticello 47-yard line.
Great run by Blackburn to get the edge. Little quick option, quick pitch. John Lieber is the guy who ended up running Blackburn down on the sideline, but Blackburn's done a good job all game long of making the first guy miss.
6 carries for 71 yards now for Blackburn. Receiver wide right for the Tigers is Maddox Smith, a senior receiver. And they've got 2 tight left. Blackburn to the left of Cheney in the backfield. Takes a snap, pitches it out to Blackburn again. Goes more up the field, and he's going to get a good push down to the 41-yard line for a gain of 6, maybe almost 7 to the 40.
Yeah, Blackburn running hard and did a great job reading his blocks as they kicked out the D end there, and he cut it back and was able to fight forward for a gain of 7.
So second down and about 3.5 for the Tigers. They'll go 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Blackburn to the right of Cheney in the backfield. Takes the snap, gives on the handoff to Blackburn, broke 1 tackle, then he'll be spun down after a first down run to the 36-yard line for a gain of 5.
Yeah, the Buckaroos had a chance at stopping him short of the sticks, but the tackler, Cash Young, threw him forward across the first down marker.
Able to break a tackle. Peyton Taffley nearly had him at the line of scrimmage, just couldn't quite bring him down. Same formation here for the Tigers. Cheney takes the snap and going to keep it himself this time. Tries to bounce to the outside, cuts back in as he makes a man miss. To the 20, 15, gets hit to the 10, stays on his feet down to the 8-yard line. Nice run from Carson Cheney.
Yeah, a little dance move by the quarterback. Really set that defender up for the cut back to the inside. Did a good job on the read option. Nice little shuffle step as Morrison did a good job at containing to the outside, but there was nobody filling from the middle to keep Cheney from getting a big gain.
28-yard run, 3 carries for 45 yards now for Carson Cheney. As they approach the end zone, with 2:20 to go in the half, leading 55-12. You go the tight formation here. Under center. Takes the snap. That's Merriweather taking the snap. Tries to get to the edge and beats him to the edge. Touchdown, Keisler Merriweather with the score from 8 yards out.
Yeah, just a foot race to the end zone. As Merriweather play action to Thompson, and he just outrun Canyon Christensen to the corner pylon. Is that his first touchdown of the night?
First touchdown run. He did catch a touchdown.
He did catch one, all right.
He caught the first one, 35-yard touchdown pass. So Alger on for the extra point now, 61-12. Milford with the lead, 2:01 to go here in half number 1. And they're going to do the fake PAT again. This time Barnes will just keep it himself and run it in to the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So a 2:01 to go in the first half of this 8-man semifinal game. Milford 63, Monticello 12 on Centracom Team Hive and KSL Sports.
Are you a new CDL license holder? If so, Barney Trucking would like to train and pay you to become a world-class truck driver on state-of-the-art equipment. They also provide you with reliable, courteous support, a fantastic wage, paid holidays, solid benefits, home daily schedules, paid time off, an excellent safety record, and respect. Dependable truck drivers have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. Start your outstanding career by applying today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Team Hive and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
2:01 to go in half number one. 63-12 is your score. Milford putting it on Monticello here in this 8-man semifinal game in Cedar City. Tigers well on their way to playing Rich in the 8-man state championship next Saturday.
Yeah, rematch of a week 2 matchup is looming for the Tigers, as Rich won the first one.
Yeah, close one, 25-18. Milford jumped on top early. Rich came back and won in the second half. Coleman on the return here for the Buckaroos. We brought down to the 21-yard line on the return, so that's where Monticello will start their next drive. Down to 63-12 with 1:55 to go in the first half.
Tam Blackburn on the tackle for the Tigers. He's been a monster on them kickoffs all year long for Milford, as they send Blackburn on one side and Sullivan on the other side, and it's just tough for teams to get around either one of those two.
They're going to split Gutierrez to the right. Tight left here for the Bucks. Young takes the snap. Give on the handoff to Shumway. Shumway lowers the head, gets through the hole, ball pops free, and it's picked up by the Tigers. Boston Sullivan has it, and he'll take it all the way back to the end zone. A scoop and score for Milford.
The ball just bounced right into the hands of Sullivan, just like a Christmas present.
It's going to be, what, about a 30-yard return? Let's see where it came out at. Yeah, about the 30-yard line.
Yep.
Second defensive touchdown of the game for the Tigers. Sullivan has 4 receiving, and now that scoop and score. His 5th touchdown of the game. Snap is good on the extra point try. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 1:43 to go in the first half of this 8-man semifinal, it is Milford 69, Milford 70, Monticello 12 on Centracom Team Hive and KSL Sports.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centracom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
All right, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centracom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
Let's head back to the field for high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centracom Team Hive.
And back here at Southern Utah University's Eccles Coliseum, 70-12 is your score. Milford leading Monticello in this 8-man semifinal game. Alger set to kick it away for the Tigers. Morrison will drift back and take it to the 15-yard line, across the 20 to the 25, and he'll be brought down to the 30-yard line where Monticello will start their next drive.
Jack Cutler Neto on the tackle for the Tigers right there.
I'll go ahead and mark him right on the 30-yard line.
So we are down to 1:36 till halftime. I thought it was a quarter ago was halftime already, but this has been a very long first half of football.
Very long first half as we are approaching the 9 o'clock hour. 2 receivers to the right, Young in the gun, tight left. Right to left, Gutierrez goes in motion. And they're going to give to him on the jet sweep. Tries to get to the edge. Breaks 1 tackle. Stays on his feet as he breaks another to the 35-yard line. They'll mark him at the 34 for a 4-yard run.
The Tigers got defensive subs all the way around. Looks like there's still 3. Looks like there's 4 defensive starters in and 4 defensive subs for the Tigers. So on defense.
And we got Thompson, Boston Thompson,
Yeah,
Merriweather, and Walker.
And Sullivan is still in at safety. Yep. They've pulled him back to safety and took Cheney off defenses.
2nd down and 6. Takes the snap, does Young, rolls to his right. Just unload it down the right sideline, and incomplete. Merriweather took his eyes off it in the last second, had the interception, and dropped it.
Yeah, in and out the hands, hit him in the face mask. Ball just a little underthrown there.
So 3rd and 6 now for the Buckaroos. There's a look at it. No, couldn't quite get a look at the receiver on that one, but 3rd and 6, or the defensive back on that one, I should say. Receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Tight left as well for Young. Empty backfield. Takes the snap. A little wheel route, and it's going to be incomplete to Shumway. 4th down.
The pressure from the Tigers' defensive front, I think, has gotten into Young's feet work, right? He's just happy feet back there, can't get set, and he had an open receiver right there, but he's just a little antsy back there with his footwork.
So 4th and 6 now with 43 seconds to go in the first half. The Buckaroos have not punted today, and they're not going to yet, it looks like. Double twin set. Hard count from Young. Another hard count, now he looks at the sideline. Gives the call. 1 second on the play clock, gets it off. Throws the underneath route. That's going to be caught for a first down. And out to the 45-yard line to Shumway.
Yeah, good looking play right there. Young to Shumway. I was going to say Monticello should be out of timeouts. They're going to try to hurry up here. Clock winding down.
Down to 22 seconds in the half. Double twin set here for Young. 1st and 10 of their own 45-yard line, down to 15 seconds. They send Gutierrez in motion right to left. Now bring him back to the right. Takes a snap, drops the pass. Pressure coming. Young rolls and uses a stiff arm to get around Thompson. Now goes back to the other way. Going to throw down the field and caught by Cord Young over the top. Gets pushed, stays on his feet, and then gets brought down hard, and the flag will fly on the tackle. Making a couple of flags come flying in.
It's going to be a untimed down opportunity for Monticello to get another touchdown on the board before halftime.
Yeah, as the clock ran out. Nice little touch pass over the top from Young, and Cord Young made a nice catch.
Yeah.
Here's a look at it, just kind of tossing it over the top to the middle. Cord Young almost looked like he didn't even know that he had it, and made the catch.
Fell perfectly into his arms.
It is going to be a personal foul. Unnecessary roughness on Milford. And it will be 1 untimed down as that takes it down to the 14-yard line. So a chance to put one in the end zone here for the Buckaroos. Going to send Gutierrez in motion. Same thing, kick him back out to the right. Young takes the snap, drops the pass, throws for Gutierrez, and it's intercepted by the Tigers, bringing it down the near sideline. Stays on his feet, no one to beat. Griffin Walker. Merriweather, going to take it to the house for the Tigers. Keisler Merriweather with a, 98-yard pick six?
Yeah, we'll have to see the replay for sure to see where he caught it, but... Yeah, about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, about 97. A 97-yard pick six for Keisler Merriweather. And had a nice hesitation and was able to beat the Buckaroos down the field for the score. So 76-12 now your score.
Yeah, just a little hesitation right there to allow Boston Thompson to get one block, and that's all he needed to get up the sideline.
Auger on for the extra point, and it is up and through. So at the half, in this 8-man semifinal game, it is Milford 77, Monticello 12. We've got your Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show coming up next on Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health Delta Community Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
Bose Auto Parts is a locally owned company, and their mission is to be the leading parts provider by serving their customers, team members, and communities through hard work, integrity, and striving for excellence. Bose Auto Parts has 5 key locations across Utah: St. George, Cedar City, Beaver, Mount Pleasant, and Saratoga Springs. Bose delivers to wherever you are and community you might be in. Between their stores, they have won 16 Platinum Awards, 4 Best of Iron County, 3 Best of Southern Utah, 2 Best Places to Work. That's Bose Auto Parts.
At Drew Bay Chevrolet, our service department is more than just a repair shop. It's part of our community. You'll always find a welcoming smile, honest answers, and service that fits your schedule and budget. From routine maintenance to major repairs, our factory-trained technicians use state-of-the-art equipment to get the job done right the first time. We service all makes and models, so no matter what you drive, we've got you covered. We offer competitive prices and quality you can trust, backed by world-class service with a hometown feeling. Experience a better way at Drew Bay Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Being part of one of the most advanced power plants in the world, it's going to be exciting.
It's important that we're listening to our customers that want clean energy.
And so I love the fact that we can power our homes here in Bountiful, but we can also be thoughtful about the environment at the same time. The power revenue bonds are completely backed by the future sale of power, which saves everybody money. And so historically, we've had lower power rates thanks to having this resource.
CF Moto is just the latest addition to the Jorgensen's Power Sports lineup. Whether you're looking for a side-by-side or a quad, CF Moto has what you need and at ultra-competitive prices. So stop by today and see what all the hype is about. Located at 980 South Coveview Road in beautiful Richfield, Utah, or find them online at jhsport.com. And as always, you can text or call Jorgensen's Power Sports at 435-896-6408.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Let's head back to the field for high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centracom Team Hive.
Welcome back here to Southern Utah University's Eccles Coliseum in Cedar City. Robert Lovell with you alongside Tyler McMullen on Centricom Team Hive and KSL Sports. And at the half, it is all Milford as they lead at 77-12 over Monticello. Tyler, your takeaway from this first half?
Milford's high-powered offense just really stood out, and they did what it does, and it's just tough to defend. They've got 4 or 5 different guys that you can put the ball in their hands, and when they touch it, the chance of them going all the way to the end zone from when they touch it is very high, and they prove that. I did see a couple things from Monticello that hopefully they'll go back to here in the second half offensively. I like that offset I formation they went into on the one drive that led to a touchdown. And I still believe that Young has left some plays on the field by not scrambling and trying to run the ball.
Yeah, so we'll see if he ends up trying to use his feet a little bit more in the second half. We, of course, will start with a running clock to start half number 2. And you can see the final play of the first half right here as Kaiser Merriweather with a 97-yard pick 6 for the Milford Tigers to take the big lead, 77-12 going into the half. Looking at this team, Milford has 13 first downs. Monticello has 10. So pretty close on that. But, of course, Milford's drives were 3 plays, 2 plays, 2 plays, 3 plays, 1 play, 4 plays. That was a weird one.
Yeah.
And then 4 plays, and then their final one was a 6-play drive, or a 5-play drive. So they haven't needed very many first downs because they've just gone to the end zone, like you said. A high chance that when one of those players has it, which is every time, they're going to go a long ways.
Yep.
And total yards for the Milford Tigers, they have 394 yards. Monticello does have 256 yards in this first half. And then there are 3 defensive scores as well for Milford. So they've scored 11 touchdowns, and 8 of them have come with the offense and the other 3 with the defense.
Yeah, I believe we're at 7 turnovers by the Buckaroos.
Yes.
That's just not winning football if you're Monticello. And give credit to the Tigers for causing the turnovers, and even some of them maybe have been prevented, but Young scrambling, trying to make a play, and just have to throw the ball up and hope his receiver can go play it. But so hopefully they're talking about in the locker room right now, coming out, eliminate some turnovers. You're playing for pride right now pretty much, right? With the running clock, you're playing for pride. You're playing for next year. Young, a junior quarterback, filling in for the injured Kais, but you want to build for next year and do some things that will get you started off to the right track for next year's season right here in the second half.
Let's look at some of those individual numbers for these two teams. First off, for Monticello, Landon Shumway does have 10 carries for 39 yards and a touchdown on the ground. Cash Young with 4 carries for 19 yards. Arturo Gutierrez, 1 carry for 4. Cash Mack, 2 carries for 1 yard. And Tommy Morrison does have the 1 carry for -8 yards, 55 rushing yards for the Bucks. Then Cash Young is 10 for 30 passing for 201 yards. He has thrown 1 touchdown, but also those 4 interceptions. And Cash Mack is 0 for 1 passing on the opening play of the game. Leading receiver so far is Tommy Morrison, 3 catches for 87 yards. Landon Shumway, 3 for 36. And Miles Coleman, 1 for 36. Cord Young that's actually Cord Young with both of those catches, not Miles Coleman. So Cord Young with 2 catches for 62 yards. And then you've got Cash Mack, the 2 catches for 15 yards as well for Monticello in this first half. Looking at Milford on the ground, Tatum Blackburn, 8 carries for 86 yards for 82 yards. And then Kaiser Merriweather, 4 carries for 61 yards, 2 touchdowns. Carson Cheney, 3 for 45 yards and a touchdown. Then Boston Sullivan, 1 carry for 11 yards for the Tigers as well. Carson Cheney, 6 for 11 passing for 195 yards and 5 touchdowns in this first half. Boston Sullivan, 4 catches, 151 yards, 4 touchdowns. Kaiser Merriweather, 1 catch for 35 yards. It was a touchdown, and Griffin Walker has the 1 catch for 9 yards for the Tigers.
Yeah, just some great stats put up by the Tigers there in the first half, and everybody's getting their piece of the pie, and their playmakers putting the ball in their hands and turning it into touchdowns and big plays like they've done all year for the Tigers.
So there's a look at your first half stats. Milford and Monticello are both back out on the field. Second half will get underway here in just over 2 minutes, and we'll bring it to you here next. 77-12 is the score. Milford leads Monticello at the break in this 8-man semifinal game on Centracom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
State Bank of Southern Utah is not just another bank. We are your neighbors, your friends, and your local financial partners, interested in building long-term relationships.
When you choose State Bank, you invest in our community. Your money stays here and is reinvested in friends and family, building Southern Utah.
Each one of our 17 branches is staffed and ready to serve you.
Come and experience the difference of true community banking at State Bank of Southern Utah.
It's Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore, and they continue to increase ways to serve their customers. Service Drug doesn't just do compounding, but they are equipped to do both regular and sterile compounding. They can help you reach your weight loss goals with custom-made weight loss injections. With delivery to Nephi, East Millard County, and surrounding areas, Service Drug has you taken care of. Call 435-864-2545 with any questions. Dedicated to your good health and good value, Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore.
Kern River Gas Transmission wishes the Millard Eagles good luck this season and reminds everyone that damage from others digging into a pipeline is one of the main causes of pipeline failures. Never guess where a pipeline is located. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or homeowner, if you plan to dig, call Blue Stakes to make sure all utilities are marked. Call Blue Stakes at 800-662-4111 or the new national 811 number at least 48 hours before digging. Kern River Gas Transmission Company reminds you to call before you dig. It's free. It's the law.
Ebenezer, you have yet a chance to escape my fate. Am I destined to end up in chains like you, Jacob? Worse, without triple rewards, but you can still change your destiny with a Mountain America Rewards credit card.
With a Mountain America Rewards credit card, earn 3 times the points on every dollar spent until the stroke of midnight on December 31st.
Triple rewards are better than I thought.
Let's head back to the field for high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centracom Team Hive.
And welcome back here to Southern Utah University's Eccles Coliseum in Cedar City, and they've added some time on the clock here in the Jones Intramural Engineering halftime show. And you kind of talked about it already here, Tyler, but when you look at, let's start with the Monticello side of things, you're not going to come back, right? You're down 77-12. You're not going to come back in this game. And at this point, playing for pride, praying for next year, trying to just get things in place and try to finish your season strong.
Yeah, and they have the opportunity here to do some good things. They've got Cash Young, junior quarterback, right, filling in for the injured quarterback. They've got some other young talent on this roster that they could really get some good work in right here and try to build for next year, get you some momentum, end the season on a high note, even though you're losing the game, but do whatever it takes to build some momentum and keep your program going in the right direction.
And then on the Milford side of things, obviously you want to make sure you just stay healthy at this point going into the state championship next week. So how much do you see Milford try to start saying, all right, let's start subbing, get some other guys in, and let's keep our first eight strong and ready to go next week?
Yeah, if I'm Milford right now, I don't have a starting offense or starting defense member on the field for any play for the rest of this game. The risk first reward is just not worth it. You definitely want to take.
You're up by 65 points.
Yeah,
right?
You want to definitely take on a rich team, fully healthy, because I believe the Tigers had 2 of their main players injured in that first game. Griffin Walker and Boston Sullivan, I think, were both injured and did not play full games in that game. So definitely want to have a full healthy squad against Rich next week.
It will be Monticello kicking off to Milford. Milford will receive on the south end zone, so they'll be going right to left with the return on your TV and computer screen. Getting set to kick it away for Monticello is John Lieber. And the kick is up. Going to be a short kick, and he caught it with a knee on the ground. They didn't call it. It took him a minute to call it, but Griffin Walker knew his knee was down, and they will eventually blow the whistle to have him take over the 33-yard line.
That looks like sophomore Tice Barnes is going to step onto the field to run the offense here at quarterback. So
So they do have Barnes at quarterback, one receiver to the left for the Tigers, and that is going to be Brexton Barnes. Two receivers right, Hayes Marshall in at running back to the right of Barnes in the backfield. Tice takes the snap, quick pitch out to Marshall. Marshall with some room in front of him, cuts back inside. He'll be eventually wrapped up and brought down after a gain of about 8 to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, nice run by Marshall there, getting to the edge. Also got Cam Spalding and Marco Saavedra, the other receiver, split out to the far side. Skylar Russell into the game on offense. I believe Magana is still at center, and Slade Kessler at the other tackle/guard, whatever they call that in 8-man football. I haven't figured that out yet.
Handoff up the middle goes to Marshall, bounces to the outside, has the first down and more across midfield, lowers the shoulder, and gets down to the 44-yard line in Monticello territory.
Yeah, Marshall, just a sophomore for the Tigers, but he's definitely got that big playmaking ability with the speed, so we'll keep our eye on him here in the third quarter on what he gets done.
2 carries for 23 yards on those first 2 carries of this second half. And he did not have a carry in the first half. So 1st and 10 at the Monticello 44. Tice Barnes in the gun. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Takes a snap. Gives the handoff again to Marshall. Bounces to the outside. Cuts back. Gets wrapped up and brought down. That is Peyton Taffley making the tackle for the Buckaroos.
Yeah, Monticello bottled that one up in a hurry.
So 2nd down and 9. Logan Bowles also in on the play there defensively. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Barnes in the gun, Marshall to his left. And everybody for Monticello went early on that one.
Yeah, great discipline by the Tigers' offensive line.
Again, it is a running clock here in the second half, so we're down to the 9-minute mark here in the third quarter. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. 2nd down and 4. Barnes takes a snap, pitches it out to Marshall again. Marshall cuts back again, gets wrapped up and brought down. John Lieber with the tackle. And Marshall a little bit slow to get up, does pop to his feet. It'll be 3rd and short.
Yeah, got threw down pretty hard right there on that tackle.
Gain of a yard on that one.
Gonna bring him out and give him a breather. Blackburn back into the ball game for the Tigers.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Barnes takes a snap. Gives the handoff to Blackburn. Gets met at the edge and driven back. Nice play defensively for the Buckaroos. A loss of yards back to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, Shumway and Morrison, the first guys there for the Buckaroos. And to get Blackburn tackled for a loss right there was a big force of 4th down for the Tigers.
4th and 5. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Tice Barnes in the gun. Blackburn stays in to his left. Tried to get the hard count. Monticello moved, but did not come across the ball. Takes the snap. Quick pass to the right side, and it'll be incomplete. Just a little bit underthrown. Good coverage on the far side of the field for Monticello's Kenyon Christensen. And a turnover on downs for Milford's first offensive possession of the second half.
Yeah, good job by the Monticello defense right there. Kept the Tigers bottled up. Good coverage on 4th down. Got pressure. Morrison had a big defensive possession right there for the Buckaroos.
1st and 10. Young takes a snap, handoff to Shumway up the middle, breaks 1 tackle, gets across midfield. It's a foot race to the 30, 25, 20, and he'll be tripped up but stays on his feet to the 5. Touchdown, Monticello. The Buckaroos with the score on their first offensive play in the second half.
Yeah, there's that offset eye, right? I was talking about it in the first half, and Shumway looks very comfortable running out of that with the lead blocker. And he broke 2 or 3 tackles and punched her in.
So a 61-yard touchdown run for Monticello from Landon Shumway. They'll come on for the extra point try. Lieber will have the attempt. Holder is William Rogers. Snap is there, hold is, and it's going to be blocked on the try. So no good on the attempt for Monticello. With 5:53 to go in the third quarter, it's Milford 77, Monticello 18 on Centracom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Live high school sports action on Centracom, Team Hive, and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to Southern Utah University in Cedar City. 77-18 your score, and the clock continues to wind. And Tyler brought up a good point there during the break that both teams can agree if it just continues to run regardless of scores or anything like that. Because normally the running clock, it will still stop during score, after a score.
Yep.
But they just continue to let it run during that break. Kick is away. It'll be picked up at about the 25-yard line, and that's Merriweather with it, because kind of hesitating now, bounces to the outside, does Merriweather down the sideline. No one's going to catch him. Keisler Merriweather will take it to the house on the kickoff for the kick return. That makes it now 83-18 in favor of the Milford Tigers.
Yeah, Merriweather just waited for that to develop and to see what the kickoff coverage was going to do, and the next thing you know, he just exploded to the sideline.
Him slowing down almost made it look like Monticello slowed down as a result, and we're like, all right, let's see what happens here.
Yeah.
And Merriweather bounced outside, and no one from Monticello was going to catch him. So Olger on now for the extra point attempt. Hold is down, and that's going to be blocked for the second time today. Seth Taylor with a blocked PAT for Monticello. 3:40 to go in the third quarter in this 8-man semifinal game. It is Milford 83, Monticello 18 on Centracom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
This is Nate Christensen at Zions Bank. We're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. And with a branch right around the corner, we're here for you wherever you are. For all your personal and business banking needs, come visit us and let us show you how Zions Bank is for you.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centracom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
Let's head back to the field for high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centracom Team Hive.
And we're back here at Southern Utah University as the Tigers with the kickoff return for score, Keisler Merriweather. Let's see, how many scores does he have now in this game? So he's got the one defensive, one special teams, and he's got 2 offensive, so 4 total touchdowns. On the kick return here, Morrison's going to be dropped by Boston Sullivan at the 29-yard line, and that's where Monticello will start their next drive.
Yeah, the Tigers have scored on every aspect of the game now. They've got a special teams, defense.
3 defense.
3 defensive, and then obviously rushing and passing on offense.
Yeah, the 8 offensive touchdowns.
The only thing they're missing is a punt return for a touchdown, but Monticello, I do not think, has punted all game, have they?
They have not.
They went for it every time on 4th down or
turned it over, yep. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Young takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Quick slant route looking for Morrison. It'll fall incomplete, a little bit too far out in front of him.
Yeah, Morrison, great job again getting to the inside. Had an opportunity. I think it was just out in front of him just a little too much. Braxton Barnes on the coverage.
Tice Barnes was playing over the top at safety, was there ready to make a play. 2nd down and 10. Drop back to passes. Young has plenty of time. Now rolls to his left. Has to come back to his right. Getting some pressure now. Steps up, staying on his feet. Still looking to throw the ball. Now he is just going to tuck it and run. Gets to the 35-yard line to the 40. Hesitates and gets hit. Stays on his feet before being forced out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. But a first down run for Cash Young.
It's too bad we couldn't give him about 60 yards of rushing yards right there, because he ran one way, ran back to the other, and then ended up back to his sideline again right there.
Called a 13-yard gain for Young to the 42. Clock winds down to 40 seconds left in the third quarter, so this will likely be the final play of the third quarter. Two receivers to the right, one wide left. That's Morrison to the left. Shotgun formation for Young. Takes the snap. Gonna pump and go deep for Morrison on the sideline and makes the catch down to the 25, 20-yard line is where Barnes will bring him down, but a first down play for the Buckaroos.
See if they're gonna let it expire. I don't think they've got enough time to get down there and get a play off.
38-yard gain on the pass. And the third quarter has come to an end. So through 3 quarters of play in this 8-man semifinal game, it is Milford 83, Monticello 18 on Centricom Team Hive and KSL Sports.
Bucket list hikes, local races, challenging adventures, that one goal that means so much to you. Salt Lake Running Company has the gear and expert advice you need to start and finish strong. You'll be crushing that goal before you know it. With our trained and knowledgeable staff, an award-winning custom shoe fit process, and the head-to-toe products you need, SLRC will gear you up for your goal. Shop in-store at any of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years, and there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Welcome back here to Southern Utah University, our first play of the fourth quarter. As Cash Young tries to throw to the end zone, that's going to be just a bit too far out in front of Gutierrez. It falls incomplete. So second down and 10 from the 20-yard line in Milford territory.
Good job by Cutler Neto of the Tigers, able to stay home on that wheel route right there and force the incomplete pass, as there was no room for Young to drop it in there.
So second and 10 at the 20-yard line. Young will stay in the shotgun formation. Shumway to his left in the backfield. Takes the snap. Drops back to pass. Going to throw to the left side. That is caught. And Morrison will be brought down by, let's see, who's made the tackle
Neto.
on that one. Neto with the tackle on that one at the 14-yard line. Gain of 6.
Yeah, Neto, just a sophomore. You're pretty much looking, I think, at what the Tigers' defense is going to be for next year, as they've took out all the seniors. The only one missing is Blackburn.
So 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Young, hard count, got Milford to jump. So move it forward 5 yards and pick up a first down.
Pick it up the easy way.
That's right. Down to 10:15 to go here in the fourth quarter of this 8-man semifinal game. The Tigers well on their way to playing Rich in the 8-man state championship. Next Saturday at 1 o'clock at Zions Bank Stadium. It's an interesting this year, as they've kind of switched the order around, and 3A will play first at 10 o'clock, and then 8-man at 1, 2A at 4, and the 1A championship will be at 7 o'clock. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Young takes a snap, hands off to Shumway. Shumway to the right side, and he will step into the end zone. Had plenty of room, and gets the touchdown for the Buckaroos. Second touchdown of the second half for Landon Shumway, 3rd of the game.
Yeah, great job by Young, able to just hold that ball. He threw the RPO fake, and it really held up the Tigers' defense just good enough for Shumway to score it into the end zone.
Shumway 2 carries for 70 yards in the second half, both of them going for touchdowns. In the first half, Shumway had 11 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown. So that puts him over the century mark today with 3 scores. Lieber on now for the extra point attempt. Snap is good, hold is down, and the kick is up, and it is no good. Got tipped at the line of scrimmage and unable to make it across the crossbar. So with 8:50 to go in the game, Milford 83, Monticello 24 on Centricom Team Hive and KSL Sports.
Every morning when I walk in the door, I'm still at an awe. The quality of beef that we're harvesting here at Bar W, in my 40 years of experience, I have never seen beef after beef after beef of the extreme quality. Every single one of them that are coming through are top shelf.
Let's head back to the field for high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Team Hive.
Welcome back here to Southern Utah University's Eccles Coliseum in Cedar City. 83-24 is your score. And Milford with the lead over Monticello. Last time Monticello scored in this half, Tigers responded with a kick return for a touchdown. Merriweather back deep again for the Tigers. And getting set to kick it away is Cash Mack from Monticello. Does kick it away. Bounce to the 25. Merriweather takes it at the 14-yard line. Across the 25 to the 30. High steps out of a tackle. They kept his jersey and they hold on to him. And they will bring him down there. Good job by, let's see, for Monticello, it's number 26 there. Tristan Hatathli, a freshman. Just holding on.
Yeah, held on. Number 44, Dalton Adams, come in and help clean up the pile as well.
So just over 7 minutes to go. Milford takes over offensively at their own 36-yard line. Two receivers to the left, one wide right. Tice Barnes in the gun with Hayes Marshall to his left in the backfield. So Marshall left after getting banged up on a play, but he's back into the game now. Monticello needed one more player. They'll run one on defensively. Marshall letting that play clock wind down, or excuse me, Barnes letting it wind down. Hands to Marshall. Marshall cuts back to the far side of the field, gets a block by the receiver. To the edge he goes, and he'll step out of bounds at about the Monticello 46-yard line. He stepped out of bounds a little earlier than it looked like, but at the 46 is where they'll spot it.
Yeah, nice little burst of explosion from Marshall on a little counter action, I think, is what he had going on there. Start one way, cut back to the other.
18-yard gain for the first down. So clock down to 6 minutes. Two receivers to the right, one wide left. Wide left is Maddox Smith. Barnes takes the snap. Hands it out to Marshall again, hitting the backfield, and down he goes, making the tackle. Peyton Hatathli for the Buckaroos. No gain on the carry.
Yeah, good job by Hatathli of the Buckaroos, just closing downhill, taking away that cutback lane.
So second down and 10 for Milford. Again, we'll get our broadcast underway about 9:40 tomorrow morning for San Juan and Summit Academy in the 2A semifinal game. First 2A semifinal. Smith goes wide left, two receivers to the right for the Tigers. Barnes with Marshall to his right in the backfield. Takes the snap, pitches it out to Marshall, cuts back and gets hit by Hatathli again and driven back by 3 or 4 more Buckaroos. And it's going to be a loss of yards on the play. I think there's going to be an illegal shift on Milford as well, as they weren't all set when the ball got snapped.
Yeah, still a little confusion. Got a carousel of players running in and out for the Tigers.
Monticello will go ahead and decline the penalty, take the loss of 2 yards back to the 48, and make it now 3rd down and 12. Clock down to 4 minutes and 18 seconds in this semifinal game. They bring Smith out wide right, 2 receivers to the left. Barnes in the gun. Marshall to his left in the backfield. Takes the snap. Fakes the pitch. Rolls to his right. Quarterback keeper has room on the near side. Gets a block from Smith to the 35-30 and will run out of bounds there. And a first down run for Tice Barnes to move the chains for the Tigers.
Yeah, a little naked bootleg for Barnes as Morrison crashed down and chased the pitch, and Barnes was able to get around to the edge of him there. Great hustle by number 21, John Lieber, to force him out of bounds, save a touchdown.
19-yard run for Tice Barnes. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Barnes again in the gun with Marshall to his right in the backfield. Takes the snap. The give to Marshall, hit in the backfield, and he's got nowhere to go. Flag will fly on the play as he will be dropped for a loss of yards. Seth Taylor in on the tackle. Didn't catch the other one. See what the penalty is here. Personal foul, face mask on Monticello, so that will move it forward from the end of the run.
Yeah, unfortunate for the Buckaroos, make a good defensive play and negated.
And it's going to be from the previous spot, so they'll take it down from the 29 to the 14-yard line. $15-yard penalty on Monticello. 1st and 10 for Milford. Clock down to 2:20 to go in the game here. And Merriweather comes running on for the Tigers. Sullivan on as well, along with Cheney. Looks like they're just going to take a couple of knees here and try to end this one. As they just drop Sullivan way back deep. 12 yards, 13 yards off the ball. Cheney under center. Takes the snap, takes the knee. They let that clock wind down.
Gonna have to mathematically take 2 more, correct?
Yes.
Buckaroos getting a couple more subs in on defense.
Well, they've actually brought out Jackson Kies.
Yeah.
With the knee injury, not playing today, the usual quarterback for the Buckaroos. They bring him out as a high safety there. Got a little cheer from the crowd with him coming out there with the injury. And 1 more knee to go for the Tigers, and they will punch their ticket officially to the 8-man state championship game next Saturday at Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman. As soon as the clock winds under 40, Cheney can take the snap and end this game. 83-24 will be the final. Milford over Monticello here in the semifinals of the 8-player football classification. There's the snap, there's the knee, and that will do it. Milford the win, 83-24 over Monticello. Buckaroos have their season come to an end here in the semis. Again, they were the only team in these 4 classifications outside of the top 4 seeds that made it to the semifinals as they make it here as the 6th seed. And then it falls here against Milford in the semis here today. We'll take a break and come back with our Sunrise Engineering postgame show next on Centracom Team Hive and KSL Sports.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking's #1 investment has been dependable truck drivers like you. That's why they provide their drivers with an opportunity to earn up to $75,000 a year driving state-of-the-art equipment. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers in Utah, San Pete, Sevier, Juab, Millard, Beaver, Iron, Carbon, and Emery counties. Barney Trucking offers a competitive wage, solid benefits, home daily schedules, and an excellent safety record. Apply today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
So you're all moved in. How's your new roomie?
Oh, she's cool. She's also a biology major.
Oh, that's great. You guys can help each other stay on top of homework.
I just hope the classes aren't hard. I'm kind of scared based on what I've heard.
You'll do great, I'm sure. We're proud of you.
Aww.
You ready to go?
Who's that?
Gotta go, Mom. Have a dorm meeting in 2 minutes. Love you.
Hello? Hello? Who was that?
Centracom Fiber, because you don't just need internet, you need good internet.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, Fillmore Community Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
Bose Auto Parts is a locally owned company, and their mission is to be the leading parts provider by serving their customers, team members, and communities through hard work, integrity, and striving for excellence. Bose Auto Parts has 5 key locations across Utah: St. George, Cedar City, Beaver, Mount Pleasant, and Saratoga Springs. Bose delivers to wherever you are and community you might be in. Between their stores, they have won 16 Platinum Awards, 4 Best of Iron County, 3 Best of Southern Utah, 2 Best Places to Work. That's Bose Auto Parts.
Let's head back to the field for high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centracom Team Hive.
Welcome back here to Cedar City at Southern Utah University's Eccles Coliseum. Robert Lovell with you alongside Tyler McMullen as the Milford Tigers advance with an 83-24 win over Monticello in a dominant performance by the Tigers here tonight. And Milford moves on to the 8-man state championship game next Saturday against the Rich Rebels. And Tyler, first out before we look at that game next week, your takeaway from this one?
You know, the Tigers come out and just showed in the first half what their high-powered offense is made of, and you know, the very many weapons that they have on offense. They're a tough team to defend. You know, I'm sure Rich was here watching and scouting, and you know, Rich coming off back-to-back 8-player championships. They're definitely the team to beat, but the Tigers, I think, are known for their high-powered offense, and the Rebels better come ready and have a good game plan to stop their playmakers going into next week. And you know, for the Buckaroos, great season. You can't hang your head low. They got to the semifinals. I believe they have been in the championship the last 2 years against Rich, and you know, just come up short of getting back there again for the 3rd straight year. But you know, just keep working hard and keep doing the things that it takes to build your program.
Yeah, they lost the first 8-man state championship to Gunnison, so Monticello's been here, just unable to get over the hump, and this year, again, following a week earlier than they would, of course, would have liked to. But you look forward to that game next week, and again, you go back to week 2, I guess, and it was Milford taking the early lead, a 2-touchdown lead over Rich. Rich battled back and ultimately ended up getting the win 25-18. And talking to the Rich coaches a little bit, they brought up the fact that Milford had some cramping issues in the 4th quarter, and that kind of spurred Rich to being able to take control of the game late.
Yeah.
And you normally in November wouldn't worry about cramps, but the last 2 weeks of games I've done, there's been a lot of cramps.
Yeah, and they're playing in the middle of the game. They're playing in the middle of the day. Yep. I think the weather's still supposed to be
pretty warm,
upper 50s, mid 60s. You know, middle of the day. It still could be a factor. Plus, these fields, you play on these turf fields, and they put off extra heat too.
Yeah.
That takes the
when the sun's shining on them, we'll put off some heat.
Yeah, it takes the extra electrolytes out of you that'll cause them cramps. So I think it's going to be a really exciting game.
2 different styles.
I think anybody that has kind of paid attention to 8-player football just kind of knew that it was going to be a collision course with these 2 teams going to meet in the championship. You never want to count your chickens before they hatch, but I think everybody kind of knew that that's where it was going to go. They're just, both teams are a little bit more advanced than everybody else, I guess you would say, but definitely a game if you get a chance to watch. You know, Rich and Milford in the 8-player championship next week, it's going to be worth your time.
Yeah, going to be a fun one there. Let's look at the final stats in this one here between Milford and Monticello. Milford ends up with 449 yards of offense. Monticello 383. The Buckaroos actually ran 15 more plays than Milford, 56-41 in this game. And taking a look at the passing yards for Milford, 195, 245 for Monticello. Milford ran for 254 yards, and Monticello rushed for 138 in the game. Leading the way for Monticello in this one, Landon Shumway, 12 carries for 109 yards and 3 touchdowns. Cash Young, 5 for 32 yards in the game. And then Young passing-wise was 12 for 34 for 245 yards. Did throw 1 touchdown. Did have the 4 interceptions that he threw as well. Leading receiver Tommy Morrison, 5 catches for 131 yards. And Landon Shumway, 3 catches for 36 yards in the game. Cord Young had 2 catches for 62 yards. One of them went for a touchdown. And Cash Mack, 2 catches for 15 yards for the Buckaroos. On the Milford side of things, Tam Blackburn had 9 carries for 80 yards in the game. Kaiser Merriweather, 5 for 60 and 2 touchdowns. Carson Cheney, 3 for 45 and a touchdown. Hayes Marshall, 7 for 42. And then Boston Sullivan, the one to carry for 11 yards. And Carson Cheney, passing-wise, 6 for 12, 195 yards and 5 touchdowns. Boston Sullivan, the main recipient, had 4 catches for 151 yards and 4 scores. Kaiser Merriweather and Griffin Walker each had a reception as well. Merriweather took one to the house in the process. So there's a look at your final stats here in this one. And obviously Cheney threw for 5, ran for 1. He's a part of 6 touchdowns. Boston Sullivan caught 4 touchdowns. He also had a defensive scoop and score, so he had 5 touchdowns. Kaiser Merriweather is responsible for 4 touchdowns in the game. Let's see, they have him here for 5 touchdowns in the game as well. 2 rushing, 1 receiving, 1 kick return, and 1 pick 6. Yep. And so a lot of guys getting the job done today as expected and as always this year for the Tigers.
Yeah, they've put up a lot of points in a lot of games all year, and standout defense. Their starting defense, I guess you would say, really gave up only their average 6 points. They put second team defense in there late in the second quarter and second half, gave up a few touchdowns and such, but it's just a collision course for next week for these two teams, for Rich and Milford to meet, and like I said before, we want to give Monticello a shout out and tell them good job and congratulate them on a good season. It's in any level or classification, it's tough to get to semifinals, finals, multiple years in a row. Them are just things that just aren't accomplished all the time, and it's a hard-fought battle, and their program has been there for the last 3 years. So,
don't hang your heads if you're Monticello. They'll keep on battling, and I'll be back next year trying to work their way back here to this point again, and hopefully for them on to the finals, trying to get back to the finals once again. But as you said, before the season started, everybody I think that looked at 8-man at all, that knew 8-man at all, knew it was going to be Milford and Rich. Yep. It's hard to say new, but they knew it would be Milford and Rich, and both teams took care of business handily today, and now they will meet next week. Two different styles. Milford, that high-powered, offense. They like to sling it around the field, and they've got the playmakers to be able to do so. Of course, Dan Blackburn has shown that they can also run the football really effectively as well. And then you look at Rich, they're going to be a little more of a ground and pound type of game and type of team, and so it'll be interesting to see how it shapes up next week.
Yeah, and I haven't watched a lot of Rich games this year to really give a deep dive into what they can do, but I think we've seen here today with the equal amount of rushing yards and passing yards. Milford can play all styles of football. They got in some hard-fought battles with Enterprise and who else was their close game with in the middle of the season? Might have been Rich, but they've been in the hard-fought battles and can play both styles of game. Rich, I believe, I think their depth could possibly make a difference for them going into that game next week. I think they're maybe a little deeper than what Milford is, but like I said, it's going to be an exciting football game.
Yes, it will be. Very fun next week there at Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman. Of course, we'll have that game for you here on Centricom, Team Hive, and KSL Sports. Well, Tyler, as we wrap up the day, any final thoughts on this one?
No, I just think it's a good overall win. Coach Marshall's done a great job with Milford's football program. I believe in the last 10 years they've made it at least 7, I believe it is, to semifinals or better in his tenure. So living on a tradition, and it's good thing. Tiger football, it's on an uprise, and like I said, just going to be an exciting game next week with that one. And like we talked about earlier, the games tomorrow, it's going to be fun to watch. So exciting time.
Yep, tune back in tomorrow morning about 9:45 for the pregame show with San Juan and Summit Academy in the 2A semifinal. The second 2A semifinal will feature South Sevier and South Summit. The 1A semifinals, Kanab, North Summit, and Beaver squaring off with Duchesne, all here from SUU's Eccles Coliseum. Again, that will do it for us here today. Again, a great crew working at the behind the scenes here for us with Centracom Team Hive, the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, and KSL Sports. 83-24 is your final. Milford over Monticello. Thank you for listening and watching, and have a great night and a great weekend, everybody.
Rise and on! You've been listening to exciting high school football action on South Central Utah's sports leaders, Centracom Team Hive, and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. This sports broadcast has been brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us next time for more exciting high school football action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centracom Team Hive.